Okay. Let me just make sure that I'm live everywhere where I need to be live. And we can start. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. Of course, this is a special one, a special edition because we are watching the AFCON 2025 qualifiers that will be hosted in Morocco. These are the qualifiers. We are going to be playing versus Uganda at Orlando Stadium. This, of course, is how you get into playing in the AFCON 2025. How it works is that 48 teams have been drawn into 12 groups, and those 12 groups, the top 2 go through, right? So currently in our group, number 1 is Congo as it stands. The Congo won last night versus South Sudan, and we are following up with our game versus Uganda. Guys, Bafana Bafana has been doing well. Bafana Bafana has been a very good form team. Bafana Bafana has, performed better than maybe what it's been covered, better than what we're speaking about, and they don't get the shine that they need to get. This, of course, is a qualifier for the AFCON 2025 tournament, and we all know how we did in the 2024 tournament, finishing 3rd there, bronze medal from a time when nobody expected anything from these guys. So here we go. Oh, hey, Suganje, police. Let me get to the lineup. The lineups are as follows. For Uganda, Watenga in goal, Kayondo, Capradosi, Mugabi, Bomono, Aucho, Mujiaba, Seganda, Mato, Omedi, Mukwala. For Sundowns, for Bafana Bafana, we have Motaung Mudiba, Dotli, Donkey Kaizer Chiefs, Nabi is such a great fixer of players, He lands at Chiefs and he becomes a full-on Bafana Bafana player. I'm kidding. Gezana Mudau, we have Mokwena Stolezwane in the middle, and up front we have Apolis Mokwena and Foster as our attacking guys. The guys are going to be attacking for us. Let's see what they can give us. One of the big questions was going to be who was going to come in at goalkeeper. A lot had been said about Sipo Chaine, but Velimoto was chosen to come inside as somebody who has been with Bruce for a while, man. No Bruce, man, up and down, laughing, smiling, keeping, what do you call it, the spirits up. They speak about his leadership in the back, so it was good for him to come in and actually get a chance to shine. We saw Goss, I think last time versus Andorra, where he made a costly mistake. Let's hope that Velimoto, as one of the more experienced campaigners for Hugo Bruce, not necessarily on the pitch, but with the team, let's see what he can do coming into this one. Another very interesting part is that back two, the two defenders, the two centre backs. Centre back pairing today is Dotli and Gezan. Two players that I wouldn't say had been with Bafana Bafana the whole time, maybe around the team, but Ungezan, if you remember that one time he was called up, he didn't have his passport ready or something was happening and he couldn't come play. Then he took his chance when we played versus Zimbabwe. So he's being trusted here again. Oh, Nkosiam, as I say that he gives away the ball. Why would you shoot from there? Why would you shoot from there, my brother? So that's going to be interesting to see those three. Hi, man. Why am I barring now? Okay, it's going to be interesting to see those three and how they interact with each other there at the back. And then also up front, Foster's coming in. You can watch it on SABC3. You can watch it on the SABC Facebook page. You can watch it on SABC Sports Facebook page. You can watch it on SABC Plus. You can watch it on sabcsports.com. You can do it there. That is how you can watch the games. Apologies. Let me see. Oh, 014, welcome to the show. Latest member of the group. Q-Boy says it's about time. Yeah, man, guys, Chiefs is also producing, Bafana Bafana players. Dotli, it's no surprise that Dotli goes to Naturena and all of a sudden he's a Bafana player. The Cruz left to Vela what I Colento. Please leave me alone. If you don't want to be Chiefs, it's fine. You can leave. It's okay. But we'll speak that on another day. Agent says one reason that Mudau will never make it abroad is that he's poor in the final third. And that's very interesting. Is Sailor maybe somebody who needs to invert? And this is just purely speaking, theoretically. Is he somebody that maybe you need to play similar to a Mudiba, let him cut inside, maybe when he gets into the final third, he can rob in that thing and cut inside, because if you want him to cross, like you say, he's not very good. He tends to rush when he gets up there, and especially if he doesn't have support in front of him. Oh, hey, what a player, man. Hey, but he's a player. Look at, did you see that turn? I don't understand why he panics so much. This is the Ngezana I know. Agent. Look at Ngezana, man. League winning. Siyabonga Ngezana. League winning. A man who was wanted all over Europe. Kanti, it's not a full house. Hey, Velilo, they said full house, but maybe let's give them benefit of the doubt. They said the match was sold out. We're seeing patches, but of course it is Orlando Stadium. Usually Orlando Stadium, you can only judge it at halftime. So let's hope that by halftime, and we can take it from there. Let's see. Well, do you know what else is interesting about Bafana Bafana? The midfield. If you don't have, let's say, Kikana or Mvala, who are a little bit more comfortable, Tebza and Stole don't necessarily play the ball. So a lot may fall to Umudiba to come up with the ball. Bafana Bafana tends to favor a wide type of play. That's why you see Bo Seilamdau playing a lot. But it is very interesting to see how they will adapt. Well, not adapt, but how they're going to do there. Because they did do well, go AFCON, but it was more to do with, you know, the influence of your Kimankana pirate striker. More to do with those guys helping out and winning that first ball. Will Lyle Foster be able to win a first ball? Are we going to go purely wide? Are we playing Mangoba ball? Is it Mangoba ball wide and inside like that? It's going to be interesting to see how they attack, man. And how that goes. We've seen Abo Mokwena. We loved him for his directness, taking players on. Apolis is a similar type of player from the wing, making diagonal runs inside. How they gel with Foster is going to be interesting. Mahopa, there we go. But anyway, let me see what you guys are saying. But championship player, at the back he's calm, but somehow he loses his head in the final third. Orlando Stadium, Mara Manuel, but here it's a full house, but here it's sold out. That's what they said. They had a whole thing that said it's sold out, or maybe they just sold out the bottom part and not necessarily upstairs. Maybe. So the fellow says we need to win. Yes, we do need to win. Look, if we're being honest, this game is meant to be an easy game for Bafana. If we're being honest, right? I know it's football and there's no such thing. Tomorrow you might be beaten by somebody else. But for all intents and purposes, when we're speaking about this, it should be easier for Bafana Bafana to take this game. Congo is ranked 118th in the world. Uganda is ranked 95th in the world. South Sudan is 169. So we are the clear leaders in the group in terms of our rankings and previous and our previous performances. So, you know, we should take this, especially for AFCON. You don't want to have a nervy ending when you're going to go play for AFCON. So we shouldn't be worried, but we shouldn't nyatsa anyone, if I can put it like that. Yeah, Sulufed, I think it's a limited situation type thing. I repeat, this is Ngezana. I know, but agent, look at Ngezana, man. Susiso says the guys are very uncomfortable at the back. Okay, so let's have the chat then. Let's have the chat. Are we worried about the back at Bafana Bafana? Are we worried that they keep changing? So we haven't seen this configuration ever. Or is Hugo Bruce saying, you know what, guys, this shouldn't be as difficult a game. So last time I brought out Ngezana, I won. Maybe I can bring out Ngezana and partner him with another new person, and we can try forge a new partnership. I'm one of the people that have complained previously to say, you know, Hugo Bruce picks a lot of players and he doesn't try them. I can't be complaining now that he's trying them, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I can't be complaining that, okay, Ngezana's got now 2 games under his belt. He's going to have 2 games under his belt. Dudley will be getting 1. We still have Abos BC Nabotoki, we still have Abokekana, Nabomvala. We still have a bunch of players that can play, but it's good to see other players getting chances too. You know, I'm watching it on SABC3. I'm watching it on SABC3. But if you need to watch it and maybe you're not in front of a TV, Facebook, go to the SABC Sports Facebook page. It is live there. Go to SABC Plus. It is live there. Or go to sabcsport.com. I would advise you to go to Facebook if you want to watch it, because there is a little bit of delay on SABC Plus and on the website. Uganda's actually playing. I think Uganda's actually playing. Like, whatever we thought of them, they're giving us a bit of a game here. They've already put our defense into some very uncomfortable situations. Ngezana's gonna have to be, he's gonna have to be very mindful for the rest of this game, which already is an issue if we are only 10 minutes in. Hey, he's gonna have to be mindful. They are pushing. It looks like they're playing man for man with the two center backs. So that's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Let's see, what are we saying? Apolis, hey, Apolis, and he forgot that he had the ball. He forgot that the ball was with him on a counter attack, a 3v2. They weren't able to play. But let's see. Bro, I'm interested now. I'm doing research on the players now. I'm impressed. No, they're actually very good. Like, they're actually playing. There hasn't been that many sides that have come out and play us. But can I ask, when we played against Zimbabwe, we were put under pressure immediately and we folded. I remember it was 1-1 very early. Is it maybe a matter of teams, if teams respect us, we play a lot better, but then if they don't respect us and they come at us like maybe Uganda might be doing here, it shows a little bit of our weaknesses. Like I said, the defensive pairing is a weakness. The building is also a weakness because we can't build centrally with Ustole no Mokwena. They're more of your bodyguards, and then also playing it back, playing back passes to the defense, playing it safe to the defense. Ronwin would get a lot more touches. Does it expose a couple of things when we come against teams that aren't afraid to commit people? Look at how Ngezana is being pressed. Look at that. Look at that. Vugani says, what's happening with SABC Sports? No Bafana. Are they not showing it? Then I don't know, guys. I'm watching it on SABC3. So if you're on DSTV stream or DSTV, you can go to channel 193. Or I assume there was going to be on SABC Plus. Let me see if it's on Facebook. Let me see if it's on Facebook. Here comes Bafana. Apolis. Oh, Nkosiami. Oh, Apolis, we fought so hard for him. You're watching on SABC Sports, says Uzi. Okay, you see. So it is there. It is there. Minkosi says Uganda sticking to the plan. Look, the one thing I can tell you about Uganda is that most of the time, what we're seeing so far, a lot of teams come out versus South Africa, the smaller, lesser quote-unquote teams, will maybe come out in a more defensive type of setup. These guys are committing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. They're committing 5 players up front, right? They're not necessarily scared of Bafana Bafana. And it seems like they've done their homework. Hey, did you see the coach? He looks exactly like Hugo Bruce. Like, he looks like another version of Hugo Bruce. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Breakthrough. Oh, Temba Mshishi, man. Oh, Mshishi, man. Okay, there goes the nerves. I think that takes away the nerves. I think that takes away the nerves.
I just got a notification. It's a goal.
That takes away the nerves. Ball played in. Very harmless ball, but misjudged by the Ugandan defense. Allowed Mshishi to come in and finish. Oh, is it Foster? Sorry, guys. I saw Mshisha. Apologies. Lau Foster proving that playing overseas, man. When you play overseas, you not pay keepers. That was not a PSL finish. That was not a PSL finish, man. Lau Foster coming back to a place that he called home for a little bit. Is it handball? Guy. I just like Mshishi, man, PK. I'm sorry. I just like Mshishi. Spusiso says my over 2.5 will land. Over 2.5.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
Oh, very interesting to see Natasha Chiklas. Guys, Sundowns fans, do you know who Natasha Chiklas is? I want to see the guys who jumped ship when things were looking nice. Do you know who Natasha Chiklas is? Currently one of the vice presidents of SAFA. Yeah, no, I'm just checking, agent. I'm just making sure. Pela, some people jump in now. But I want to see the pre-2004s. I want to see the pre-2004s in the comments. If people know Rekiwo Mangman. We can even go back in. Do people know who Mahove is? Yeah? Committed bank fraud for Sundowns. But anyway. Corner Uganda. They're not sitting back. Here comes a corner to Uganda. Let's see what they can do. Like I said, they're going pound for pound. And maybe that's the formula to beat. That's the formula to beat Bafana Bafana. Maybe it is to go pound for pound with them. Maybe it is to put them under a little bit of pressure and expose some of the weaknesses there, right? Like I said, the Zimbabwe game also showed us a little bit early on. I mean, they couldn't keep it up for the whole game, but early on, it was a back and forth. It was high tempo. They just couldn't keep it up for that whole time. So maybe it is coming out, hit them early and sit back. SABC 3. Let me see. Agent says our former owner. Come on. I was just making sure, agent, man. Susu says Ngezana needs to be careful. They don't know. Most of them are ex-Chiefs fans. Says Ustembi Nkosi. Agent says our own Robin Hood. Zola Mahobe, guys, why don't you have movies about these people? But you'll have to do your own research. Very interesting story there. Gezana is going to cost us. He is. He's not a one-on-one defender. They're putting him into one-on-one situations. He's covering Sailor quite a lot. And I don't know how long he can continue covering Sailor. Kawani, hey, these guys are coming directly at them, especially there at the back. So maybe you have to ask Sailor to come back. Maybe you have to ask Yaya to play support Nyana to help out Ngezana, because hey, this one-on-one is killing him there. You were right, this should be an easy game, at least 3-0. Yeah, Manuel, but then, you know, football is not paper. You have to come out and play. And Uganda, they seem to be tiring though. The spaces are getting a little bit bigger. Guys, do we need to play up the middle? Like, I feel like we need to have people that can play in the middle. You know, say what you want about Rulani and his chameleon. That chameleon was made to make sure that there's a ball that is progressed. I think we are very wing play orientated. You see the back passes I was talking about. Yeah, we are a wide playing team, Shem. Wide playing or route one when Machupa's there. Do these guys train crosses? Ngoba, I only see nonsense. To be fair, how much can you train, guys? To be fair, I think we just lose it a little when we get into the final third. There's a bit of control that's missing, and like the guy spoke about in the comments, Usaila early on, that when he gets into the final third, he looks a little bit shaky. I think the whole team looks a little bit shaky in the final third. We haven't seen, moves. We've seen here and there, they've played a ball in. Even the goal was pretty much a mistake. But we haven't necessarily seen Mokwena get onto the ball properly. Oswin Apolis is having to drop very, very deep to pick up the ball and make his runs. I don't know if that's part of the plan. It doesn't look like he's going to be playing a traditional wider winger. So, yeah, when they're playing here, do you think if South African players went overseas, they'd be good, says Uhlumani? Well, look, going overseas will help you. And I think it's more in the finer details. What our football lacks, for me, honestly, what our football lacks is finer details. So I'll give you an example. In South Africa, you're a good striker if you just have the natural ability to strike in 1 or 2 situations, right? A lot of our strikers can only score in very specific situations. And I think that comes down to a lack of a development, a lack of a time to say, okay, Tsepo, you're a very good striker when you come out one-on-one. How about we teach you how to play off of the shoulder of a defender? How about we teach you how to do other things, right? So that when you get up there, we're not leaving it up to you and your natural ability and your IQ and your thinking. We're showing you things. Like what I said about Lau Foster, going through the legs, right? That might not be a natural thing that, oh, here we go, that South African strikers have. But you teach them those things to supplement what they have. If you're a very good midfielder in South Africa, you can maybe do 1 or 2 things really well in a vacuum. But you don't learn the finer details of how to do other things. When to run, how to run, what is the tempo. You know, sometimes you watch these videos of the overseas coaches explaining things or coaching youngsters, and they'll teach them not necessarily tricks, but they'll show them things about the game. What is a faster dribble? What is a faster this? How do you position your body? What are defenders over here? Like when you listen to Abu Andre and those guys, I think we missed those type of stuff. So they'll definitely benefit from getting maybe those type of lessons. How to supplement what you already have past your natural ability, if that makes sense. Yeah. Totally. Kaizer Chiefs player, man. Kaizer Chiefs is very old. Developed, born and bred Kaizer Chiefs. Became a Bafana player at Kaizer Chiefs. I'm kidding. Let's see. Hugo is overlapping now. Yeah, and PK, what happens to Mokwena? How Mudau is taking up that space, and we know that Mokwena is not necessarily comfortable inside the pitch. Does that take him out of the game? Does that maybe take him out and force him to go into Lau Foster space? Maybe that's why we haven't seen him touch the ball that much. He hasn't been able to get the ball and face up with the defender and go straight to them. I think it's because Mudau was pushing so far up. Interesting questions. We need a right wing, says Sinje. Akira, you are playing a right wing back. You're making that the right wing. On the plus side, Motwas looked very good. He's looked very calm there at the back. A player that we questioned why he was in the team. He's not doing too much, too many mistakes. Played up the wing. Oh, let him play, man. Now, so Apolis, be smart, boy. Apolis, be smart, boy. Ay, man. That was your chance. This is a very exciting start with good players. We must start more like this. I'm glad Mokwena didn't come to Chiefs. Yeah, more positional structure, Wahib. Kulisi. Mudau, great recovery there. We have very good number 2s, number 6s though. That's why width is good. But then, Wahib, I guess my question is, what is the point of the width? So with this team, when they get wide and they go all the way up to the byline, what is the point of it? And I know a lot of people might not like a helicopter, but helicopter, you know, the completed action is a cross, right? Right now, we've been playing wide and going up, but I think there's some guys who are a little bit confused as to how they are meant to play, how they are meant to score. 23 minutes in, it is 1-0. Lau Foster getting a goal for Bafana Bafana there. Let's see. Steph! How are you, Steph? Welcome. Long time no see. PK says maybe he's playing double 9 in disguise. Yeah, it looks like it looks like a 2 because Apolis is dropping very far back. Zwane is playing more of a 10-ish 8 type thing. He has to go and fetch the ball at times. Look at where Apolis is picking up the ball. Where Apolis is standing is more central with Mudiba pushing up. So I guess you could say it's a 2. Oh, whoa. Hey, that was a red flag. A better ball there and we get caught out. a better ball than we get caught out. Decision making up policeman says PK. Temiko says, hi, I'm out of SA. What channel is the game? Guys, is it really not on the Facebook page? I'd say try the Facebook page, the SABC Sports Facebook page. I'm not sure where else out the country. Here we go. There we go. Oh, that's better. Much better, police. Much better, police. Mokwena, our second striker. PK. Kisa striker sarona, PK. Kisa striker sarona. Kisa striker sarona. Hugo is playing the players out of their comfort zone. Oh, I guess if you're playing Uganda, no disrespect for Uganda, but if you're playing Uganda and it's a qualifier where it should be a done deal, you know, it should be a done deal. Maybe that's where you experiment with these things. Who knows? Semikosi says Ngezana is his old self today. Leave Ngezana, guys, out. FCSB, Steaua Bucharest. He's playing for a very historical team, man. Yeah, I pick a guitar. What striker? What striker? What striker? Apolis is playing 8, essentially, in this team. I was in Tabi 193. I was in Tabi 193. SABC 3. I see Hugo's playing Kamukwana. Debs, it was Lyle Foster that scored. Who's the assistant of Bruce? Helman Mkelele, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie, it's somebody who I questioned. I was like, "How you're gonna fetch Helman of all the people who could be assistant? You went and fetched Helman, but I guess Helman is helping him out a lot." So you look at where Zwane has to go play. Yeah, now they can play. Hey, a policeman. It's getting better, but he keeps doing the same thing. It's getting better. So you sometimes see what Zwane is doing with Utito at Pirates at times, where he has to come in and become an 8, sometimes to the point of being a 6, so that the team can play. Right? If he waits for the ball's not going to get to him centrally because they're going very wide. So he has to come in and facilitate that game. Mokwena and Sitole, though capable, well, they're very good midfielders. They're not the best progressors of the ball. They're not the best players of the ball, if I can put it like that. They can hold down the midfield. If you want him to play a simple pass, maybe a wall pass or play it back to a defender, yeah, cool. Mara, in terms of turning and moving the play forward, they struggle a little bit with that. Like I said. Okay, let's see. Oh, Peko, how are you? Mlonta says, we can now conclude that those Mamelodi Sundowns players want to drink Mangoba. Guys, Sundowns and Mara, okay, don't Sundowns and Bafana Bafana play 2 different footballs in any case? Like, for example, Mamelodi Sundowns' play is predicated on Mudiba inverting, is predicated on having a Kutia, well, the chameleon, was predicated on having Ukutia sort of cheating as a centre back and a centre mid, playing the ball up, linking with Williams. Does Bafana Bafana play that football? And I don't think Bafana Bafana has ever played that football. I think they've got 2 modes. It's either this wide game or it's long balls where somebody wins the first ball. Well, second ball play. Somebody wins the first ball. That's how you get it to the guys up front. Your Pesitaus, usually your Zwanes. Long ball, it's won by someone, usually Mahupa. That's how they get to the other side. But Bomudiba play more traditional left-back roles. Bomuda was asked to do a lot more than what he's asked to do at Sundowns. I think it's different. Do you see Sundowns players are performing compared to club level? Wahib says, why couldn't someone like Khatebe, Penny or Hunt be assistant? Well, look, if it's working, it's working. And maybe to Hugo's credit, maybe he looked at it and said, if I bring in one of those bigger coaches and I make them my assistant, what type of egos play there. Maybe Hellman is a nice balance between being a yes man and also being knowledgeable. You know, I guess the question, would Benny be an assistant? Yeah, would Khatebe want to be an assistant? What historical what experience does Khatebe have at being an assistant, for example, with the guys that you've mentioned here? I would love to see Hunt as national team coach, but you guys say I love Hunt too much, so I don't want to say too much about that. You see, I think the advantage Foster has is his bag. He's got more in his bag. You know, he can come in and put it through the legs. He can come in and track it into the corner. I don't know if there's that many strikers in SA or in SA-based teams that have that type of range of finishing. And maybe that's what comes with Europe. Maybe that's what comes with going overseas. All of our best strikers have been the guys that have left very early. Your Benny McCarthy's, your Sean Bartlett's that went that side, they just had a different level of finishing, of playing, you know. And maybe that's what overseas gives you. Maybe the question should be, what are our clubs lacking in order to give players those things? Solo, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you so much for the heart. Guys, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. I just love how Sitole gelled in the squad. We need Rele here, says Undebs. That could be interesting. Maybe Rele can do what Apolis is doing a lot better and be a lot more direct. Who knows? Junior Khanye says it's wrong for Tito to fetch the ball from the back. No, it is wrong. It is wrong. Oh, okay, not wrong. It's not ideal to have your number 10 dropping all the way back to fetch the ball, right? It usually happens when there's frustration. He's not getting the ball, he has to go fetch it. Same with Uzwane at times. This system is not going to give Zwane the ball a lot on his feet, right? It's not going to let him be the Zwane that we want him to be, have the ball combined, Sharma 1-2. It's a lot of transitional play. Oh, keeper. It's a lot of transitional play, if we're being honest. So Uzwane will have 3 seconds to be on the ball instead of having 10. You know, the ball will have to drop in certain places, and then he has to go fetch it. Utito, there was a time where he looked a little bit, there was a time during the Pirates season where he looked a little bit shaky because Uloch was playing and Uloch was drifting in and out of 10 and going out to the wing, and they made him sort of a 6, and he looked so uncomfortable. But anyway, guys, what channel? 193. 193, 193, 193. Apolis is good, but needs someone like Pitso, Benny, or Hunt to improve. And Wahib, it goes back to the conversation we were having about natural ability. So in South Africa, Apolis is a top tier winger because he has the instincts of the winger. Get the ball, run up. He's pacey. We basically go, he's very fast. Now, maybe in Europe or in those type of places, proper development, they'd go, you are already fast, you are already tricky, let's work on your crossing. You're already fast, you're already tricky, let's work on how you cut back. How do you take the ball, come inside and take the shot, right? How do you do those type of things so that we can vary your game, take what you're naturally good at and build on it? In SA, we'll keep you playing the same way you've been playing because that's how you play, right? And that's what I mean about development. Bafana playing where? Oh, Lucanio. They're playing AFCON qualifiers. First game of the AFCON qualifiers, Group K. They're playing Orlando Stadium. Hey, Bafana and marketing. I care. How are we going to push these players to greater heights, says Wahib. Sinja says, what did I see, Sinja? But during the week, you guys said Mangoba is destroying these players by making them play. Hey, agent, nah. I don't want to say too much. Traditional roles without more complicated tactics. Yep. I think the difference, agent, or maybe, okay, tactically, from what we've seen from Mangoba and what we've seen from Hugo Bruce, if we look at a player like Mokwena, in Hugo Bruce's system, he may be playing a more traditional 6, let's say, but he's not expected to play make. When we were watching the games and we were talking, one of my questions was that, are you really going to ask Tebza to play make? So Mangoba was asking him to take the ball and play the ball and turn around and play it forward. Whereas Bruce is going, okay, Tebza and Stole, you guys are not very strong with the ball at your feet. I want you both in, but what I'll do is we'll play through Mudau. We'll play wide. We'll play a wider game and in, so that we, again, sort of protect your weaknesses, if that makes sense. Mangoba is, hey, Mangoba's hanging them out because he's like, no, I want you to play like a 6 from 2003, where I need you to defend at times and you must be good at it. I need you to play make at times and you must be good at it. I need you to do this, you must be good at it. Hey, there's so many things that you must be good at in Mangoba's system. And I think that's kind of exposing some of the players. Bruce and Rulani protected the players a lot in the way that they've crafted their tactics. You know, Mokwena, I don't want you to have the ball too much. You and Yaya are protectors in the midfield, so we're going to play around you. Mokwena, I don't want you to have the ball too much at Mamelodi Sundowns. You are an enforcer, so we're going to bring Kutsia, we're going to bring Mudiba, we're going to have Alenda there, we're going to have Zwane, so there'll be 4 capable ball players around you for you to just do the simple thing, right? There's protection in the different schemes, the different tactics, but Umangoba is just going, yay, when mina ngidlala 4-4-2, and I need 2 midfielders that can play. And he's making Mokwena that you saw Alenda dropping. Anyway, no, let's not get too much into that. Guys, it's 36 minutes in. Bafana Bafana is leading Uganda 1-0. Nazo, Tanko Mshishi. Okay. Beautiful save from Motenga. Ashley has range. Meanwhile, someone is busy benching Mshishi. The boys are playing today, says Neo. Tito is not 10, but it's an 8.5. True, but then when they make him a 6, then Shem is done. Ugandan goalkeeper is the Sundowns legend. Hey, Velile. Maybe he gave them some tips and tricks about what. Maybe he spoke. Pela Onyango was also there. Onyango was also at Orlando Stadium while Uganda was training. Maybe he was giving them, you know, the blueprint to right, man. This is how the guys play. And Watenga also came with something. Mokwena needs to give us exactly what Apolis is giving us on the other side. I don't think he has the space to. Aubrey is not pushing as high as Mudau. So I think Mokwena's getting trapped between, you know, if this guy runs all the way into my space, I have to come inside. But when I come inside, I need Foster. So I think he's in no man's land there because he's not sure what to do. And Mokwena is also a player that's used to getting the ball wider and being the catalyst, being the guy that gets the ball and pushes into a defender with the ball at his feet, one-on-one beats the guy. But now Mudau is running all the way up. Where does he go? Which goes back to what we were saying with PK, that it looks like they're playing sort of 2 9s, playing a double striking situation with Mokwena, unfortunately having to play the second striker. You know, Apolis has a little bit more space on the other side, but even him, what he's doing is that he's cutting. When Mudiba pushes up, he cuts inside and sort of becomes an 8, right? I'm not seeing Mokwena having that. I don't know if he has that in his locker, you know. Bafana don't score another goal before halftime. It will be hard second half to score 3. You want 3, guys. Why are these players shooting from afar? What did they hear about Dubeli? It feels like a confidence thing, agent. Like, it feels like they could take another touch or 2 and they'll be fine. You know? But they're so scared for some reason that they're like, hey man, we're just going to shoot. At least put it on target then. HMS says I only need 2 goals. You only need 2 goals. Oh, sounds like a 1.5 there. Sounds like a 1.5 bet there.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
See, people are speaking about 2.5. I need to even Bafana, you guys. Congo versus Guinea is a game for our PSL coaches to have a look at. It was Lau Foster who scored, would you say? Morocco versus Gabon is the game. Okay. Wahib, keep us updated there. Is it playing now? Talifang says Remonati. Lemonati Talifang Marali Kor. Lemonati Marali Kor. I was going to say something sexual there, but I'm like, hey, let me not. But anyway, it is 1-0. We are heading towards halftime. Guys, remember, this is a very interactive show. So at halftime, I'm going to let in 6 people and we'll have a conversation about what we're seeing. You guys can be my analysts. We can speak about what we saw in the first half. Then if we can reach 10,000 likes, I'll leave it open. And in the second half, everybody will be able to request and jump in. If you want to jump in, you request via the multi-guest button. You have to be following me on TikTok. Click on the multi-guest button at the bottom of your screen. I'll let you in and let's have a conversation about what we are seeing. Yeah, we still look good. Good luck, guys. Says Q-Boy. Telefang says, Ish, that's a problem. One day we'll get there. No, we'll get there. But I think we are seeing a spark between Umshishi and Foster. We are seeing a spark. Foster's giving Umshishi the type of movement that you'd want from your 10 and your 9 combination, right? So I think that is something we should definitely build upon. And if you are gonna, I'd rather do that than what we're doing, where we're going wide for no reason. Like I said, you're going wide, but there's no fruit to the wide. You know, there's no crosses. Nobody can actually cross like that. So maybe get somebody in the midfield who can play a little bit of ball. Allow Mshishi a little bit more freedom by having that guy there to at least progress the ball. I know Yaya Stole and Mokwena are a very good pairing in terms of, you know, support and protection for the defense. But maybe you sacrifice one of them, bring in a ball player. I'll look just now at the starting lines, but bring in a ball player so that they can assist Umshishi, and maybe you'll get a little bit more from Foster and Zwane. Malume Kusa has corrupted us, Foster and Shishi. Hey, agent. No, I'm saying this to Talifang also because I don't want to be banned like he was. Hey, Talifang. I don't want to be banned like you were. But anyway, 42 minutes in, Bafana Bafana 1-0 up. Our police has been very busy. But his decision making is lacking. But you see how he's compensating for not having the wide space by coming inside. Now, I don't know how much that helps because they play the ball, but there's nobody who's making the pass into the space. Mokwena has been lost for most of this game, partially because I believe it's him, King Mudau, taking his space. But look at that. You see, now when Mudau sits back, see what I mean? Mudau has sat back for the past couple of minutes. Mokwena can get into the game because now he can take that space that he normally takes up. So it's very interesting. I'm a bit confused with this Ugandan team. You have tall players, but yet you put in low corners. It was a mess. Even Uganda is tough. They're united. Kayembe scored of Watford for Congo. Q-Boy, look, I think they looked a lot better in the first few minutes, Uganda. They looked a lot better. But inevitably, you are going to get tired. You can't keep that 4-man press up the whole time. Oh, Nkosiami. When you want to play tiki-taka football and your center backs can't play tiki-taka. Hey, guys. But anyway, Uganda doesn't seem like they're going to be punishing us. We're still waiting to see how much time is going to be added on. so that we can see what happens. 4,300 likes, guys. Let's carry on tapping the screen. Tata screen, man. Yeah, we've got into consolidation. Muda was sitting back. I want to see what happened there. Sailor, sometimes those studs, Sailor. See what I mean? But guys, are you watching the midfield? When you have Tole and Mokwena, they don't turn. They don't turn. They recycle. They redirect to the back, right? That's why maybe you get rid of, not get rid of, you move one of them out and maybe experiment with having a ball player there. Similar to Orlando Pirates when you have Mbata and Makaula, for example. They do the hard work, but you can trust to Mbata to play the ball up. You get what I mean? There was a chance there for a turn. I'm not sure if it was Mokwena or Stole there, but there was a chance to get the ball and turn into space and maybe find Umshishi. But he chose to vala and go back to the other centre back. These low crosses, you're right. They're playing low crosses, eh? Lebza, how are you? How are you doing? PK says if Watenga's not aware, Mokwena will break his confidence. Yeah. But Mokwena's not going to. Mara PK, let's be honest. With all of the forward players, Kimang Mudau, Mokwana, Foster, Zwane, Apolis, Mokwena's not going to get into those places. Maybe from a free kick. 3 minutes added on. Maybe from a free kick. Mara is not going to shoot Nje. Uganda is a working team that will struggle and they'll take the punch, but they'll come out late in the 70th minute. True. It's true, but can they hold out until then? What does the score look like when you get there? Telefang, it was a picture you posted. When I saw that picture, I was like, wait. Where's the game televised? It's on 193, channel 193, SABC 3. Uganda has the corner strategy, firstly, and it's not much more quality players. We're watching the game, but hey, Tepa, man. Hey, Sheleni, look. Yeah, you don't need to think. Look, I'm watching. Sheleni, don't come here with that thing. Tata scream, buena. Oh, turn. Hey, the way they want to play it behind. No, they're looking for that space behind Gezana. You know, they don't rate him, eh? Sailor, calm down, boy. Sailor, calm down, Sailor. Hey, Mar. Can Bruce write him a note, man? Can Bruce, don't give up on me. Don't be too harsh. How? For no reason, Sailor. Guys, our Gezana has a yellow card. Sailor has a yellow card now. Yeah, that guy did whatever he did or whatever, even though that wasn't that bad. Now you have a yellow card for no reason. Hey, okay, Nico, man. Okay, Nico. Gunning coaches, I doubt they did the analysis well. Why not attack Mudiba than Mudau? We also have a yellow card. We must get replaced before 55th minute. Actually, Talente is there. Actually, Umbata is actually there. The game is on right now. Els Popson, it's on right now. Okay, we're going to go into halftime. Remember, you have to be following me and then click the button at the bottom of the screen. Remember, Fuking is still out. We're going to win this match. I'm not comfortable with Ngezan at all, says Umusa. I'd say if we're playing that good, we would be leading by 2-0. Mark my words, Mokwena is going to leave Watenga. Okay, PK. Okay, PK. Now cameraman Batalile. Now cameraman. Hey, Bruce is looking forward to bringing on Morena. Look at Zwane. Yeah, no, but that was stupid. Like, why would you? And you could tell that player was baiting him. So he is being baited. Player, now he goes and presses and pushes. Do you see how that player fell? He baited him. Oh, not just the Chiefs, guys. Supporting Dotley. Yeah, it should have been a red card. It's a red card. It was so unnecessary, so unnecessary. I got off light. 193, channel 193. Busiso, ngiqalile nama ladies. Sibukela ibhola. Yeah, last time it was Cape Verde, and you guys were going crazy about Cape Verde and the women and all of that stuff. Yekelani man, kumele siwinele game. Wow. It's on SABC 3. Guys, okay, it is half time. So let me see who's here. And I can just open it up and we can have a conversation. It is 1-0. Goal scored by Lal Foster. Let me just get my graphics right, and then we can have our conversation. Okay, let's see who's here. Evan. Okay, there we go. You shouldn't be happy, PK. You shouldn't. There was no reason. There was no reason to get that yellow card. No reason. Yes, Mobi. Mobi's coming. 014, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Stellenbosch man, didn't
Man, Kimnati, man. Friday night lights, Orlando Stadium. Tell me, 014, what did you think of this first half?
We're playing well. I like the fact that we were forcing Uganda to commit a lot of tackles. Like they were solidly, like at the back, they were not looking solid, especially in those 20-30 minutes. We were looking very nice, and those were the chances that we were creating. So it was very. I like Hugo Bruce's style. You know, it's very, very, very nice. But hey, there's a saying that we know. There's a script that we all know in football, which says, "Take your chances or you'll suffer." It's a serious saying. You know, you never know. This is about again national team football. They can pull a rabbit out of a hat. So you need to just keep scoring goals, take those chances, beautiful chances that we're creating. But I can see, our defenders now, they're too many yellow cards. It's not nice, man.
So then tell me, I'm 014 now. When you look at it, yes, we've had the ball. Yes, we've looked comfortable, but you could argue that maybe Uganda's had a lot more direct plays. They've entered the box a little bit more than us. They've been not effective, but they've been a little bit dangerous when they've had their chances. Whereas with us, even the goal comes from a mistake, I'd say. How do you feel about that? That we've got the possession, we've got all that stuff, Simnandi, but
that's where my statement, the script that we know. Hence, I'm saying they can pull a rabbit out of the hat. You know, I don't want to put pressure and complain about things that aren't really there, but you see that they're very there's substance when they go forward. They go there and they do something. They've committed a corner. They've committed the fouls to our defenders. They are good going forward. I can give them that. But if we don't take our chances, I'm serious. I'm fearing a two goals out of nowhere in the second half.
Okay. Let me bring in Usinje. Sinje, welcome to the show. Now I can't even say Sinje with the banner because you're coming in with the account. How are you, my brother?
Alala.
Sinje, what do you see from this first half?
First of all, I'm very impressed with Uganda's ball circulation. I think they're very direct in terms of how they play the ball, where they're playing the ball. I really am. They're finding each other in the field. They're making beautiful turns. They're even showing your number to South African players. This is something that we are used to doing, not be on the receiving side. I don't know how many times Utebza bamkukule, bamenza osisophangele strategy. But anyway, that's not the point. I also want to agree with you. I like Tembazwane and what's the striker's name? Foster. I like their combination. It's nice. I would also love to see a combination between Tebza and Sithole and Tembazwane. I would like to see them play the ball together, finding each other in those spaces, exploiting those spaces. I'm worried about Motaung. Each and every time he goes up, either he crosses a horrible cross or he loses the ball. I'm trying to also try to understand what is this thing of him playing up and down, because he goes into those D-line, he goes behind the pocket, and then either these crosses into le, or he loses the ball, which then exposes the pocket that he has created. And I hear a lot of people are blaming Ugezane, but which of the two center backs has done more covers, more tackles, swept more, cleared the ball more between the two center backs? It is Ugezane. And I like the fact that Ngezane can read where they want to attack, and he places himself where he is anticipating them to attack and play the ball, which means he can read their attack very well. But maybe we see things differently. But that goal, hey, I need magnifying glass. I see a handball there. But anyway, it's fine. And yes, another one is that our goal did not come from a well-crafted play. It came from a mistake. We capitalized and then we scored. Come on, let's see South Africa create a goal for us.
Tell me, Sinje, before I bring Uganda, tell me, that right wing side, yes, we're pushing Mudau up all the way. How is that affecting Mokwena?
I think Umukwana, I don't know how they practice this thing. When Usaila overlaps, what then must Umukwana do? Must he also draft in and become a second striker, or must he come in and anticipate the ball to fall at the edge of the 18 area to clear it up? I'm not quite sure as to how good he is with those shots. With those second ball shots, I haven't seen him score those type of goals. I don't know what he's supposed to do, or whether he's supposed to drop back and cover the space that the pocket that Umudau has opened. I'm failing to see Bruce's plan for Umukwana when Usaila overlaps. Whether is he supposed to become a second striker with Lay, or fall behind him just to get the second or the loose ball from the goalkeeper. If the goalkeeper saves the ball, then it reaches him, and then he can top corner, left corner. I don't know. I haven't seen those type of goals. If he has that type of range. But other than that, they must just remove him because he's useless.
Let me go to Bugani. Bugani, welcome, my brother. How are you?
How are you, OT, my man?
No, I'm good. Bugani, tell me, what did you see in the first half?
No, yeah, man. Well, it took me like 15 to 20 minutes to find the game, but that's another story. Safa must do more. I think our games are not out there for national team playing on this day. I had to Google and find out ukuthi Bafana Bafana. But anyway, the guys are playing well, obviously, but especially after the goal, those nice passes and the intricate play, it's very nice, it's entertaining. But on the other hand, it's, as the other caller said, it's an international game. And one goal will change this to a different narrative. So I think it's important, as the guy said, that we build a goal from our makeup, get that second goal, third goal. And then maybe as the time goes on, you can introduce your more Fukeng or Masongai for that gassy flavor that we're looking for. Because I saw that towards the middle of the first half, the guys were confident on the ball, playing those nice passes and everything. But I think the main objective is to get that goal and then maybe start that little having fun type of thing. I think it started a bit too early. And obviously, as you can see, Uganda are playing quite deep, and it can be dangerous because we can also make one mistake, and this game can totally change. But the guys are playing well,
How much do the yellow cards affect us, if at all they affect, if any effect they have? How much will that come into play? Mudau's got a yellow, Gezana's got a yellow. What does that do to our second half play?
Exactly. So that goes back to the point of saying, a second and a third goal is very important in order maybe to cover up that mistake that can happen. So I'm not saying it must, but let's say one of them gets a second yellow and a red card. Rather than happen, we are 2-0 up. Just as we come back in the second half, and it's going to be a totally different game, So I think the most important thing right now is getting that second goal, and then maybe start getting comfortable on the ball, entertain the crowd here and there. But other than that, the yellow cards, as you're saying, they might change the game because you might not know what the Ugandan coach is saying right now in the changing room. Maybe that's the thing they're going to apply more pressure. It's going to be a different thing, and they know that we can make a mistake at the back. So you're correct about that.
Let me go to Agent. Agent, my brother, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm okay, man. Friday night, Orlando Stadium, and you're not watching Pirates. How does that feel? But anyway, Agent, tell me, what do you think of this first half?
When will the league start, hey? Chiefs are making funny jokes nowadays, eh? We need therapy for them. But
we've got a player there.
Let me start on a selfish note, talking about individual players. Motenga has been very good. I think it's high time I returned him to Trokop, because I think he's better than Judy, and he's better than and Williams is counterpart. No, he's our goalkeeper. So he just needs to come back home. So yeah, and you can see even the distribution is calm, and yeah, Ngeza same old. I don't want to say much. And then I had seen just talking about our goal that it came from a mistake. Let's just say that I don't see mistake because I saw the ball being played from our half. You should look at the highlights. It started from our half. It didn't touch any Ugandan player. Only one player slid in. If it touched him, it was just a brush. And then Umodao, who actually decided for going forward, made the assist. So I think it was a beautiful, well-crafted goal. But I know Sinje is a Bulls hater, but you're not there.
Can I ask on that point, Agent? Should Mudau be overlapping, or should he be not inverting all the way, but cutting in a little bit? Because that ball comes from him being in a certain position, whereas we've seen him end up in another position and nothing has come from that. Should he be underlapping?
That's where I was going next, that he should be underlapping, because he can't, to save himself, he can't cross the ball, and he can't finish to save his life, So I think he's good. He needs to invert, and then play those balls, because he's very calm. He has the skill set, to make the passes. So that's why I prefer him going inverting. And I said to you that at the back, he's so comfortable. Why can't he be that comfortable going in the front of goals? I think maybe just that panicking. But if he inverts, he doesn't have the pressure of seeing the goals, So I think maybe that will help him be a bit calmer. So yeah, and then I think with Uganda, as my last point, I think you can see the difference that from the back, excluding the keeper, all of those guys are playing in Europe, albeit in the lower divisions. They are good playing from the back, but in the final third, they're lacking because it's mostly players from Uganda, not to underestimate Ugandan league, but it's mostly players from Uganda, So I think that's where you can see the lack of quality, yeah.
How do you rate their directness? Because where we have the ball and we look very good with the ball in possession, they seem to get the ball and they're like, you know what, we're going directly to Ngeza now, we're going directly to Mdao. They don't waste much motion. How do you rate their play in that sense?
It could work, especially more so that both those players are on a yellow card. It could work, and it does work because the players have gotten a yellow card because of that pressure. My only gripe with them is they want to shoot from the center line. I know we have discussed Volimoto and I've talked about his position and everything, and I'm sure Watenga has shared those secrets, but you can't be shooting from there, But maybe it's a case of, like you're saying, a case of lack of confidence, because they're like, hey, these guys, we aspire to be like them, So they're like, let's just shoot before they get the ball from us, If they were the players, even if from the lower division, they're the ones in the front line, I feel like they'd attack those places more. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Sumani.
Ivo,
How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man.
Give me the reading of the game. What do you think in the first half? What do you think about the first half?
I'm happy with the defense. I think we can attack more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I see Apolis, his crosses are misplaced. He needs to focus on his crossing.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy for Lal Foster. Yes.
Okay. I think for time's sake, let me see. Let's go to Okay, I'll do that. Let me do that. We've got a legend here. Mike, I wanted Mike to finish it off, but Mike, you're being requested. How are you doing?
I'm fine yourself, bro. How things going?
No, I'm good. Dude, watching football, we're always good here. Mike, how do you feel about this first half?
Bro, I can't believe I'm hearing negative comments here on your channel, bro. I'm very, very happy with this Bafana performance, bro. I think we've had a great first half. Especially with a brand new back four and a brand new goalkeeper. I think we've been solid.
Yeah. Where can we do a little bit better in terms of maybe our attack? How do you feel about us going forward?
Look, we've created so many chances. I think we must have had about 5-6 shots on target there.
Yeah.
Apollos alone probably had about 4 shots on goal. Yeah, maybe a little bit more clinical. Obviously, Mokwena could have finished that one where he slipped. Would have made it 2-0. Yeah, but I mean, I think we've been very dangerous. I like the way we look. The Apollos and Mokwena on the wings, dangerous. Foster, dangerous. Zwane, next level. Yeah, I don't think there's much to complain about, to be honest.
And how do you rate Uganda, Mike? They haven't been pushovers per se.
Yeah, tough. But I mean, look, when we dominate possession like this, it's difficult to play against teams like this. We've seen it when teams play against Sundowns. Very similar. When you dominate possession like this, 75% possession, other team can't get in the ball. As much as you want to get involved in the game, it's tough. And I think South Africa pinned them back in their own half. They've got to sit with a low block. And then, it's tough for them to come out, and we press well when we lose the ball. So, yeah, it all looks good for me.
Okay, no, I guess since we're going to start now, let me ask everybody. I'll start with you, Mike. What should the two teams do in order to go win the game? So what should Uganda look at in order to win this? And then what should Bafana Bafana look at to extend that lead?
Yeah, I don't want Uganda to look at anything. I just want Bafana to win. I don't want Uganda at all. I just want Bafana to go ahead and win this game. I think let's just be clinical, finish our chances here, 2-3 on the cards. Yeah, I reckon if we still got some firepower on the bench as well. I'd like to see more for King second half. And then we make it 2-3-0. It'll be great. Okay,
no. Mike, let me ask the other guys. Guys,
yeah, cool, man. All the best, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for joining us, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Cool, man. Sweet.
Let me go to Ntuli. Tuli. Sorry, man. There's a legend here. What did you think about this? Decorum.
Yeah, no stress, man. No, I think in this game, Mr. OT, we just need to score a second goal, because to me it feels like one of those games. You see those games where the opponent just snatches a goal out of nowhere and then they go away with a draw. I think it's one of those games. I think we just need to get a cushion and then we just continue playing as we played the second half. Yeah.
What should we do to get better? Would you make any changes? What should Uganda do? No, Mike didn't want anything with that.
No, Uganda, they can play. I was so surprised because I see on the right, is it the left on their side? Ne? On the left-hand side, I think they've had so many success on that side. Motaung no Ngezane. So with these guys being a yellow card Ngezane and Motaung, I think they can just continue to attack from that side because those guys are playing under cushion. And from our side, we just need to play as we were playing and then just finish our chances and then seal off the game.
Tell me about Apolis. Do you like this role that Apolis is playing?
Yeah, no, brilliant. The person it's Umokowan, because it seems like that side Umokowan at times it's super overloaded. You get who's this guy, man?
You get Umdao.
Yeah, you get Umdao going that side. He's there. Even Nungezana, you get him there. It's so overloaded that side. So yeah, that side I don't see what's happening, but the area Lokunjana, police that's perfect.
Okay. Agent, what do the two teams have to do to win this game?
PK, just because you're a black-hated child, don't make me a head-hated child, please. I think hopefully Mike is not here. Hopefully, because I'm about to criticize PSL. we know that the PSL teams, we always criticize them for not exploiting opportunities, you know. So it will be very interesting if these Ugandans have the PSL mentality, or they can show a bit of something Africanness in them, you know, and I take Motaung and Ngezana, you know, and fall down, man. Get a red card. You can't beat this team when it's 11 versus 11. You know, you have a better chance when it's you have one man extra or even two. You know, if you can make it like that. You know, and I still see Motaung is overlapping. So use that. You know, because you know that when it comes to covering, Ngezana doesn't look that good. So I think now what they need to do also, they need to take an extra. There's mortar. There's the mortar that I know.
Man, the ball was out, DJ. Man.
This is the mortar I know.
Don't be like that.
But I think, yes, we understand you have been told that mortar, gets pass, he gets lager. I don't know if they know what a slacker is. But they should push the ball a bit forward, 2, 3, 4 meters, and then they can take a shot, you know. And when taking a shot, you should be prepared for a rebound. They're taking shots, and there's no one prepared for a rebound, you know. Yes, it's lager, but he's a good goalkeeper. He will keep the balls out, you know. I still think that he can parry the ball and need someone to get in. So I think if they can do that, they'll play much better. With Bafana, I think Usitole has to help Ngezana. We know Ngezana doesn't have pace. You know Ngezana, like I told you, like me and Abutikus, we kept saying, we're not sold on this new Ngezana agenda. We're not sold. So instead of Ngezana covering Motaung, because that's a double pivot, what is this name? Sitole has to drop in and be the one who's covering Motaung, you know? So I think that's the thing that we need to do in terms of our defensive play. And I would take out Mokwena. I don't know, maybe, you know, acclimatization, you know, he's just gotten into the team, you know, like, you know. So I'd like to see Mufukeng, you know. I don't know if Bruce has the kahunas to put him there, but I would like to see him in for Mokwena, and maybe a police comes aside and relay, because he's a younger star, plays on his stronger foot. And because the 60th minute is approaching, it's a selfish decision, I know, but I would like to see Umasongai. I think the last 2 games has proven that he's ready for national team, he's ready to suffer, even if he's not on the game. So I think I would love to see him for the next 30 minutes, you know, and maybe I think I will injure him. I'm joking.
Okay. No, guys, thank you so much. We are back in the game. Please, if we can get to 10,000, I leave it open. Then everybody can jump in. I see Moyos is there. I saw Lisa was waiting. If we can get 10,000 likes, I'll keep it open. Everybody can jump in and give me their minute. And tell me what they think about the game. Mine is very simple. I think we have control in spaces that maybe we need to be a little bit more direct when we're playing. So I'd love to see them hit this team. If you've noticed, Uganda, here comes a long shot again. Oh!
Just got a notification. It's a goal.
What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. Uganda bringing it one back, getting one back. What a goal. Yo, let me update this thing as I was about to speak. Yeah, it is now 1-1, guys. What a goal. What a shot. Yay. Dispossessed in the middle. And nobody wanted to push up there. Yeah. Yo. Hi guys, they have been looking for that shot. They have been looking for the shot. What I was going to say was that Uganda does get into dangerous positions. It's just that they sometimes don't have the patience to take advantage of the position that they're in, right? If you see over there, I think the point I was making about not having a midfielder who can turn and play the ball up just got caught very high, caught out very high. Then it left everybody not knowing where to go to. So it gave Uganda the chance to shoot and they finished it off. So it is 1-1 currently. The thing I was going to mention was that the number 23 from Uganda has been making a lot of last dish tackles, because when Uganda attacks, they leave 2 at the back, which means if we can transition a little bit quicker and maybe not hold the ball as much, we can maybe get something from that space, right? It's the same space that Lau Foster scored from, but particularly in transition, we're a little bit too slow. When we look at Apolis and we look at Mokwena, I think what Apolis has realized is that I can come inside and play sort of like an 8, and I'll be able to get the ball a little bit more. So he's realized that they're not going to be playing a traditional wing up there. I think they don't want to risk Aubrey leaving too much on the left-hand side. So he sort of plays an 8-ish role. Where Umukwana is having a problem on the other side is that everyone, here's the winning it up again. They're shooting. Oh!
Iskhambi ngake iskhambi ngake mpela ngake iskhambi.
So it turns out whatever we were saying about shooting is coming to pass right now. Even this shot, they've been looking for it. Motwa. Motwa. No, I can't. And just like that, Uganda is 2-1 up. Uganda is 2-1 up. I know the guys at halftime had alluded to having something like that happen in international football, but you never would have thought, agent.
To give Moyo a chance, I'll come back after Moyo. I know I said advancedly, Moyo can speak.
Moyo, are you with me? Because it seems like Moyo's not being accepted here. Moyo, just make sure that you're following me. Let me go to Wahib. Wahib.
Okay, no, I can get in, it's fine. If Moyo's not there, it's fine. You know, I think Morton said something very interesting, that I don't want anything to happen. I don't wish anything to happen, you know. And I know my Sundowns fans call me a prophet of doom. I think I need to stop saying things against my teams, man. We literally just said, push the ball forward and shoot. And they just did that. And where's the second ball? And where's the first one? I mean, the second one. They took it from the center line, almost after the center line. You know, I like what Tenga and Onyango told those guys about Omotwa. Motwa's position in the group, I said, is very poor. Me and PK were discussing this, that Motwa is very, very poor when it comes to crossing the ball and when it comes to positioning, you know? So some people should just leave them as what do you call it? As water boys, and moral support and pastors and prayers and prayer warriors. Not this. What is this, man? Let me get off the stage before I get banned.
Wahib, what's happening, Wahib?
Oh, dear, my brother, I've been telling you about this thing. Bruce is picking an unsure team at first. Now that is the problem. Your halftime was there, we're leading. Bring some fresh legs. You can't break the lines. Why not fresh legs? You see what happened? No substitutions. 2-1 behind, 5 minutes. 5 minutes into the second half. Tell me, must I still watch this match? Or should I pray and hope for the best outcome?
We've got time. We've got time.
He doesn't even... He's conceded the first goal. He could have brought on the subs for the kickoff. He stick with the 11. Why not make the subs? Yeah, my brother, I'm not sure we can score. I'm not sure we can score.
The
mindset of the players.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
No, I'm coming. It's one at a time. I'm coming, Lisa. You gotta get your chance. I still want to, Wahib, what should we change here? What can we change in order to play a little bit better? You spoke about the subs.
We should take off one of the yellow cards and bring them on Mbata on, and the striker. We need the stability in the midfield and a player that is comfortable on defending, attacking, having the ball in dangerous areas. Mbata is that player. For sure he is, we know that. And we need someone up front for support for Foster. He scored a goal, but he needs that support so we can add the quality around him. We can't just wait on individual brilliance and mistakes. The team must work, and this is costing us. Come on, guys, I have enough of bros.
No, Wahib, thank you. Let me go to PK. PK, and just like that, international football.
OT, what did I say from the beginning? What you know, when we are telling the truth, people think that we are haters. I said, why do you prefer Motwa over China? China has been on form. We just came back from that cup, Nedbank Cup. We saw how he saves. He's very flexible. He's very flexible and and he's on form, man. He's on form. You cannot dispute that fact. One, I'm still waiting, but in prayer that Ngezani, I just feel like he's about to do something. I don't know what is it, but he's about to do something that is gonna cost us.
Yeah.
I'm just in prayer of that thing because we can see these mistakes. The team is so solid. We are playing a beautiful football. I don't know why you are not, because now, who's this guy? Not this guy, Ngezan, he's on yellow card. You have Talentimbat, who is also on form. Why don't you put him in, take out Ungezani? This guy have a height, he can defend. Bring overlap Mudiba, just bring in Mudiba, he can shoot from range. We can get those crosses that from Mudiba's side. Those crosses that we are not getting. We are only playing with one side from Apolis, which is also costing us. They are closed down now. You can't see Mshishi, and now I think he's trying that now, Hugo, because now I'm seeing more of Mudiba in front. But our back line is shaky, man. It's very, very shaky, and it's gonna cost us. I don't know what is this guy is doing. We can't be getting 2 goals in 5 minutes. Aye, man. Aye.
Okay, but what I want to ask you is, isn't this, man, maybe a little bit of a problem with Bafana? I don't want to make it a big thing, but that you are playing, you've got possession, you've got all the things, but these other teams that we're facing will get the ball and just go directly for your neck. See, now we're still playing with the ball, we're still cycling it, we're still doing all that stuff. Bona, how about grab ball back and they gave us glimpses in the first half. How do you feel about that, Jorge? As beautiful as it looks, is it as effective as we are making it seem?
It's very effective, OT. It worked on the first half. And look, these people, they've been shooting from range. And me and Agent, we said, there is something that they have saw about the goalkeeper. Now, they capitalize on shooting from range because look, these funny 2 mistakes that happened. If the goalkeeper came to party, there was no need for them to shoot from that range. And unfortunately, we're not going to change our philosophy of football because now we feel a bit under pressure. It buys time, it controls the tempo, it controls the momentum. We are in control of the ball. And now when we start, we're going to play something that we are not of, the speedy part. I mean, you can see, I don't think... we are that speedy in the front where we can capitalize on that speed that we want to play with. But on middle field, we are very solid. I don't think it will work unless you are bringing skillful people like Relebogile, Mofokeng, and Reynas. I see Reynas is coming back into the party now. These people, that's where we can play with a speed. Now we didn't have a speed. Now maybe now your point is valid. We can play with a speed now because we are bringing speedy players. But before it's fine. I'm fine with this guys. Mar motor costile, comment section.
We've got 2 subs that have been made there, Reynas and Morena have made it onto the pitch for Apolis and Mokwena. We might see a little bit more balance on the right-hand side, seeing as Morena can play at the right back. So maybe if Modawu is still going to overlap, they can now switch. Because I think Mokwena was a little bit confused as to what position he needs to take up when Modawu has gone past him. Reyners is also on the pitch, so maybe we're going for a little bit more, not pace, but a little bit more direct play. And maybe we'll see the triangle between Foster and Reyners and Tembazwane start playing a little bit more. Modiba has been pushed up a little bit. Maybe we're going to start seeing that, inverting Modiba from Sundowns, because you do need somebody who can play the ball. We are chasing the game right now. So let's see how that goes. Before I go too far, let me bring in Ulisa. Lisa, welcome to the show.
So, my bro.
Tell me, Lisa, what are you thinking about this now? 2-1, Uganda's in the lead, 62 minutes. How do you feel about the game, and where do you think we should go with it?
You see, how I feel, let me start with the 2 goals. First of all, we should not blame any of our back four on those 2 goals.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, on the first goal, Ngezana made a beautiful tackle and dispossessed that guy on the right wing, and then he was able to clear the ball. I think it's Sithole or Mokwena who was dispossessed before that goal. And then with Motwa's lack of positioning, or he doesn't know how to position. I'm not saying he doesn't know, but sometimes maybe he loses focus. They caught him, and they saw that even in first half they were shooting from long range, because I think they did their homework. If we get this certain goalkeeper, we must try and do this. And also, what plays a big part is, I think Bros made a mistake. We all agree that Bros made a mistake. But who are we? We are not the coaches of the national team. But Bros made a mistake. He should not have started with Motwa. Motwa has not played a game this season. So maybe someone can say, maybe some of the players also have not played a professional game this season. But when it comes to choosing a goalkeeper, you have to choose the best goalkeeper at the moment. Because when it comes to goalkeepers, form plays a big part. Forms plays a big part, and confidence plays a big part. China, I'm a Kosi fan, but I'm gonna speak for China at this moment. China at the moment is the best goalkeeper we have for this country, with Ronan Williams injured. So for me, it would have made sense to start with China rather than going for your trusted, because you don't know if your trusted will disappoint you on the party. Today, he disappointed him. I'm not saying he disappointed, but he made blunders. I'm not one to bash players, but at this moment, he made blunders. Even the first goal, he could have done better. The second goal, worse. But overall, in this game, for me, he should have taken out Apollos. Apollos, for the first 45 minutes, he was by far our best player in the team. He was giving troubles to the back, to that right side of I think it's left side of
left side of the defense.
He was giving them troubles in and out. And Mokwena, I don't know, for him it was a confusion between him and Modawu. Maybe he was confused what Modawu is doing. When Modawu inverts, he was supposed to take the line, but when Modawu overlaps, he must take the invert. But I think he was confused in between that. You would find in situations where he was a bit lost on what to do. But he tried, but he should have taken him out and maybe tried. Okay.
Yeah, for time's sake, I'm just gonna have to jump in. Sorry, Lisa, but I want to bring in everybody. Fistos.
Hey, Mr. OT, how's it?
Hey, Fistos, man.
Mr. OT, one thing that I would like to raise first is Uguti, football is a game of opinions, and the opinions will always be different. So let's not see Uguti umuntu magenza opinion yake is against you or is criticizing you or he thinks is better or what. That would be my number one point. Mr. OT, I'm concerned with Hugo Bruce. Hugo Bruce, I think he relies on players' individual performance. Kakul.
Can you just turn down the volume just a little bit? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
If you want to check Mr. O team, Hugo Bruce rely more on an individual performance. And last time he relied most on Sundowns. And the Sundowns currently, our players, they are not up to par. And the Mawatu on this game, look at Tebogo Mokwena and tell the truth, Guti, is this the real Tebogo Mokwena that we normally see season in and season out? And for me, the answer is no. Then Ubuyagu Velimota has been through his system throughout. I don't know when he started. Velimota has been part of his setup. But what has he done as a keeper compared to China? Let's not take away. Rowan Williams is our number one goalkeeper currently. But China deserves to start this game. But now, because Hugo Bros believe on the system and the pipeline, that's why he opted for Hugo Bros. And this is the results that we are getting. And Unakunja Uvelimot, when last did he play a competitive game? It's been a while. So if football is not about Uguti, you are being in the system. It's about your current performance that takes you to be elected to play for a national team. So currently Uvelimota performance is out. Even you can see the second goal. That's a school, I don't know, a schoolboy error mistake at his level, considering Guti Lomuntulo he's permanently appointed as a goalkeeper and a soccer player. So I'm very concerned with Hugo Bros going forward, considering the players of Sundowns, performance yabo to now. Uguti Hugo Bros, will he be able Uguti afage eyake input as a coach to bring up amanyama players? If ever Lawe Sundowns currently they are not performing to par, and I'm not saying anything wrong against Abantu Sundowns. Bangang attack Guma comment section, but Sundowns compared to this Sundowns and the previous Sundowns and the Bafana Bafana, we're gonna suffer a lot, Mr. OT, based on Uguti Sundowns currently is not performing well, and the last AFCON we did well, honestly speaking, through the help of our players with Sundowns.
Okay. No, Fistos, thank you so much. Let me bring in the Spo. Spo, what is your take on the game so far?
Sure, gentlemen. I first I will agree with my brother and I show you too. Bruce, I think a problem ngento yoku. Yongafuna ukumamela. First I will say yongafuna ukumamela ama supporter. When we said we wanted Zwane at some stage, Bruce just came against the support. He never wanted to play Zwane until he wanted to ngesikhathi sakhe. And we've been saying my few Zwane is a good player, Pitso. Bruce, can you play Zwane for us? He refused until his sakhe sekufuna. This is what's happening now. With a player a pirate mostly. Most of them now they're on form. But Bruce unento you overlook and ngendlela yakhe. Even the game in Nigeria, the time I was like, he's supposed to put Maswangai now. Before Maswangai manja, now we on this since MTN8, Maswangai is not that good because it's been showboating. But last season, this time Maswangai was supposed to be playing for Bafana Bafana, or to see the combination of Maswangai and Zwane, how can they play? So the way I'm looking at the game now, I even posted that the same time they scored the first goal, was supposed to put him in for the crowd. The crowd is opposed to which he game change. Like the way we were playing in Plum, the crowd was helping us. If you put Mufukeng, atmosphere change. Point number one. Second, you put Umrena. We know what Umrena is capable of. He can score anytime. The guy or said Dalagu experience now. I think I don't think the guy I don't think that guy Ushi Mfukeng Penchen, Ushi Umrena Penchini. While you have those kind of players, you put that guy first because all the game the guy have seen Mina, I'm a final pass work are not good. So the problem got Bruce what I've noticed mostly when you want to do things, doesn't want to do things like according to your performance as a player or according to what the media and supporters are saying. Because in media and supporters, we watch this thing as we are talking now. We know this thing, we understand football. Just sometimes give us a chance as a media and a supporter. Listen to us.
Okay. Okay.
Just the last one.
Yeah.
Even when we were playing CAF, we were saying Matupa is not giving us anything. You can't be leaving Froster apparently for Matupa. No, Froster he refused to attend. Froster is a big player. You can't be playing a big player from England. Or the last 5 minutes. When he goes back, we can Penchin that side. So you can't expect to bring him for Aboma Hopa. Then you expect to understand the log. But which I believe is a mangam, install discipline among us team.
Okay, Spo.
But going forward,
yeah.
my last one, I believe we're gonna score 2 goals and before he came in.
Okay. Well, before I let in 97 Levy, guys, it's 2-1 right now, 70 minutes. So if you want to know the time, add 45 to whatever my timer is saying, and you'll have the time. What's interesting right now is that the dynamic has changed a little bit. Uganda's sitting back, which should give us a lot more chances. Aubrey is trying to play the ball a lot more through the middle. They're trying to come back and support on that side. We are seeing them playing a lot more comfortably going up, but there's still a build-up issue for me from our defense to the midfield to the front, and where usually Umahupa's role would be to win the first ball and play it down for Abozwani. That's how we'd get up the field, or long raking balls to Abo Pestitau. We're still a little bit too slow for a team that is chasing. And Uganda is going into consolidation. Probably in the next few minutes, we're going to see them sit back. They're probably going to park the bus, which is an opportunity for us to get more chances, but we also need to play a little bit harder. Uganda came out in the second half and they pressed our players. And they found the little pressing points where they realized in the middle we might not be that strong, and they were winning the ball very high up. Here comes Mfukeng for Tembazwane. I wonder what that's going to do. Let me bring in 97. 97, Levy, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
Man, I'm stressed, man. Tell me, what do you think of this game?
Look, from my point of view, Veli Mutwa has been doing this. The handling of Veli Mutwa from Amazulu, it's not always on point. Let's just be honest. He has a lot of goals that he conceded because of handling. On the other hand, Hugo Bruce's subs, for me, I don't understand how one of the most attacking players that you have on the field goes out and you just leave Foster on the pitch. Foster hasn't shown up in a while now. I haven't seen Foster touch the ball in quite a while now. Whilst Apollos has been working that flank, he's been pushing forward. You can see his movement. And now he subs Zwane for Mufukeng. Okay, good sub, but who's gonna supply Mufukeng on that from the middle? Who's gonna collect and supply the wing play? You bring another striker, 2 different strikers who play 2 different, similar in some instances, that they don't chase the ball. You have to put in space for them, but so far they haven't touched the ball altogether. Who's supplying them? Now the subs are it's just going to be a difficult last 15 minutes from the way I see it. Nobody's going to supply the wings. We're going to play too many back passes, and that's just how I view it. This game, if we were to save it now, it would be with a draw, but I don't see us coming back to win this game.
Do you think that we should be looking at other midfielders maybe that can also play the ball? Is Yaya Stole and Mokwena our optimum?
I don't know about Yaya, but thinking of Sitole has his moments, but without the proper combination in that middle, it's like he goes from attacking and then he's like, no, I'm gonna sit back and play it safe. We need someone who can risk in the middle, someone who, back passes. That's what they're doing. Back passes. Nobody wants to risk that box. You have 5. You know what Zwane does when he plays in between defenders and midfielders? We need someone like that, someone who can connect inside the play, inside the players, turn and distribute forward. Not someone who's going to trap and distribute it backwards, doing the same thing. Back pass, middle, back pass, middle, back pass, and waiting for that miracle one pass that's going to... We're trailing. We don't need that. Yeah. When we were 1 up, it was fine. You would play it safe. But now you don't need someone to play it safe. You need someone who can put pressure on that defense. I hate to say it, but maybe Maswanganyi can come in and, I don't know, do something.
Okay, no, thank you, Livy. Let me go to Usinje. Sinje, 2-1. Oh, Sinje. Hey, man, no, stop swearing at Bruce and come in, Sinje. Hey, man. Okay, we'll see if Sinje comes in. Look, this is what I think about Bafana Bafana. I think when you look at the game tactically and you look at how they set up, it's very hard for them to build. So once the ball gets into the more dangerous areas, you see them start coming alive. But the problem is to get to that place, you know, you either have to go very wide, you either have to go route one, you either have to go do those type of things, and then you go from there. So once they get into the final third, it's fine. What I would do maybe is say, from those two midfielders, let's take out Estole or let's take out Mokwena and let's bring in Mbata. So at the very least, we know in these final stages, when Uganda's going to be sitting back most probably, we can then play. We can get the ball. There's somebody who can take the ball at the back, and we're not seeing the back passes that Levy was mentioning there when he spoke. I think right now we should be putting so much pressure on them. You know, when Sundowns, I'll use Sundowns as an example. When they get into these situations, 2-1 down, Rulani specifically would not let you breathe. They would be under so much pressure. I still feel as though we're playing with a little bit of arrogance, and I don't know how far that arrogance gets us in this game, and I don't know if they can get us a win here. But anyway, Sinje.
Yeah, Mr. Rev really wants Bafana to come up with something here because I call free kick but he collab. Hey, I told you that the only thing Vela Moto is good at is doing TikTok challenges when people score goals. He knows, come on, and we all know that he's there to assist and come up with a dance, a jive, and choreograph everything. Other than that, he only plays when he's playing against Kaizer Chiefs. That's when you see the best of Moto. Is when he's playing Amazula playing against Kaizer Chiefs, and then he becomes this invincible goalkeeper. Other than that, he's just nonsensical. But anyway, why are we not saying Uyaya costed the Bafana Bafana when he lost that ball? Look at how he lost that ball, and Uveli was found out of position. Because of this thing that he is not that good at receiving the ball and turning with the ball. And now we want him to do the very same thing. We want him to be this number 6 that collects the ball from the defenders and creates something. Goal! Chem. He still is thinking about Mangoban Meeting's press conference.
But can I ask you?
Yes.
And I'm going to be a little bit cynical with the question. Is this now when we start questioning the pipeline? I hear people mentioning the pipeline because there's a lot of players that, I mean, Velimoto, from the time he's been with Bafana Bafana, I don't think he's even got a handful of chances that he's played with Bafana Bafana, yet he's been there for a while. We speak about the midfielders, Yaya and Mokwena. It doesn't seem like there is somebody who can come in when times are tough. We still don't trust that somebody can walk in and play.
I blame Hugo Boss for this. And I blame him. I said this when we went to AFCON and everyone was clapping hands. Hey. And I said, guys, why are we clapping hands? Because we watched the same starting 11 from the beginning right up until they got that penalty silver, that bronze penalty medal they got. If you look at the squad, nothing changed. It remained the same. And you ask yourself, why then do you bring other players when you are not going to rotate? Uveli Moto went to AFCON and he never played a single game. He never played a single game. Uyaya, and what happens when Uyaya and Tebza are not in sync as like today, when they are not playing as well as they do like today? Who is our option?
Yeah.
Who are our two pivots that we know that these are our 2 6s that we have other than Utebza no stall? You know?
Okay.
Now today we are trying this new combination at the back, which I am applauding Hugo Boss. these two centre backs, they are new. They've never played together in Bafana Bafana. Now we know that we do have another centre pairing that has conceded 2 goals. But
Okay.
with what's his name? With Umoto doing what he's doing, people are saying, hey, let's bring China. I don't think so though. But anyway, I hear them.
Let me bring in Agent. Agent, 2-1, 82 minutes. We've got maybe, let's say, 15 minutes, 14 minutes to win this game. What do you think?
CJ, I don't go, please. Pivot is something else, please. Pivot is something else. Pivots, please.
Aye, man.
Jokes. No, he's always attacking us, so I need to shine when I have him.
I understand, Shem. You went to these high schools that don't have blazers. I didn't put the R. I understand that you didn't have a school song. You guys were singing. You didn't have an assembly. Assembly was outdoors. There was no hall where you had an assembly. I understand, son. I'm speaking with a little bit of a twang. I didn't say pivots. I said pivots. I understand, Chomam. I'm with you.
Sorry. Okay, sorry, man. But first things first, I questioned yesterday that excuse me, it's easy to turn off that machine, very easy, you know. But can you switch it on? Yes, but as a country, you know. Show me any Sundowns player that has played this game. Just mention just one who you think played. Just one. You know, and even him, he had his own anger issues. You know, so and players need to understand this, that it's very, very easy to turn off and say I'm not playing, but it's very hard to say let's play again. It's like in a cup competition, the last group stage, and you're like, let me just bring in the other guys to refresh the pair. You are risking to destabilize that rhythm. And once you destabilize it, it's very difficult to get it back. You know? So I think I keep on questioning that players have to think outside the box, you know? But that's the first thing. Second thing is, maybe this is where the yes man kind of affects you, you know? As a yes man, you know, if, what is this guy? Midnight Express had an inch in him, he would told these guys that my guy, when it comes to positioning, Velimoto is not that good. You know, I'm sure Bruce only sees Velimoto and play against Chiefs, like Sinja was saying. He's very good at play against Chiefs, you know. I doubt he follows him like that. Hellman knows him better. He should be saying, hey, not Veliman, but China, you know. And again, some decisions you make them not to put yourself under pressure. You make them to release the pressure, you know, because now the pressure is gonna be on why did you play China. If you had played China and is considering those goals, then there isn't as many questions because you are like, no, this is the best goalkeeper we have. He made the mistakes, you know, or even goals. You know, someone is saying even goals.
But Agent, doesn't that come back to the question that I kept asking when we were talking about Bafana Bafana, to say, I understand that there's players that are there, B team players, A team players, but now aren't we starting to see that, man, maybe those B team players were not ready, one, or maybe they were not trusted enough? Because, for example, Talendembata is jumping Adams, right? Adams has been with the team for a very long time. What is the utility of taking Adams there? What's the utility of having Velimoto for 2 years with the team? Ricardo goes for 2 years with the team, but now William sneezes and everybody goes, yeah, you know what I mean? And now we're saying China. So should there be that consistency?
And if you recall my answer to that question yesterday, I was saying the reason I'm studying China and others is that you have to keep the core of the players. You have to keep them and keep the squad, right? But you're always going to add others on top of it, you know? And some players, and I think I said this specifically verbatim, that some players are just there as placeholders. Are just there as placeholders.
Hey, you behind.
So manage How? When did you skip because I was ahead of you? But anyways, so you took my train of thought now. But anyways, or my train of thought, whatever the English is. But anyways, so I think this is where I said some players, you just keep them for the morale, for like anybody more. He's just good for the morale. He's just good for that, you know. And others, there are players that are not there to make up the team. They're just there, like, okay, in case something happens to Williams in a game, we can trust you for 5 minutes. That's cool. You know, you're good. You're a good enough keeper for that. You know, but there are always going to be players that you're going to infuse in and say, okay, these are the standouts. You know, this guy Mabasa, you're bringing in goals. You're going to bring in for Makopa. You know, but Makopa is still staying in our squad. You know, it's just that you're in form. And those players are those players that you say, you guys, you have to impress me because you're not in my system. If you fail to impress me, you are out. Unlike the others, you know, and that's the unfairness or fairness of it.
I think my problem is that there's too many of the, team spirit guys. There's too many of them. Where it's like, by now, Adams should be playing. He's also one of the players that has been playing over the past few weeks. Maybe he should be playing here. There's people like, okay, we speak about Mokwena, so now 2 of your goalkeepers that are on the bench to come in for Williams, both of them seem to be not trusted players, you know. We look at the midfield, Yaya Stole and thingy, Yaya Stole Now we're asking questions, but you look at the bench and you go, I can't trust those guys. We look at the centre backs, both BC and all those guys were given a lot of time. Now when it's time for them to be called upon, we go, ngezana. You get what I mean? Like, it feels as though there's a first team and then everybody else, man, Hashem. We don't necessarily know. Remember when I asked you guys, how do we know that these guys are ready? Because we never see them play. But meanwhile, they've been there. And maybe, like I said in the beginning, I like what Bruce did with Motwa today, personally, because I am the same person who cried that these guys are not getting chances for us to see them. You get what I mean? So now we've seen for sure that maybe Motwa is not the guy, maybe Goss is not the guy, maybe Chain's the guy. Now Chain can, you get me? But anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and it's very valid, you know, that I think you can't, there's a country, I think this is a global platform. I think Ugandans will correct me. Is it Zim? Yeah, I think it's Zim. They had. Yeah, I think it's Zim.
Hey guys, please mute when you come in.
Yeah, I think it's Zim.
Please mute when you come in.
Yeah, I think it's Zim. They had 5 athletes going to the Olympics, and they had 20 delegates going to the Olympics. So I think it's the same situation we have over with 46.
Yeah, no, it was even more.
Yeah, you know, 46. Kuma is saying. So you can. I think it's the same situation with Bafana, that we have 11 players and we have whatever number, which are just the supporting cast, which can never be called upon. You know, so I think you are right in the sense that maybe if you have Willie Motra, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, Nico Mobi, because it looks like he's the, you know, the Gogo Mawat of our team. Yeah, 2, 3 players, then it's fine, you know, and others can be based on form. But I agree with you that. But then again, I asked an important question yesterday that, should we lose this game? Should we lose this game? Some of us are going to suffer, unfortunately. But we shouldn't be the one suffering.
Well, someone's going to suffer. There's a guy who's going to suffer.
You get, you know, so now not only him is suffering, Bruce is also suffering. Say, but maybe those calls by Rulani were not so bad, Shem, eh? You know? Okay. So I think Bruce will have to account to that faction, and that faction can be very vicious. I'm not going to defend Bruce. I'm not entitled to defend him. I defend Sundowns. Thank you.
Guys, 6 minutes have been added on. We're 1 minute in. We've got 5 minutes to try salvage a point from this game. Let me go to Soli. Soli, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm okay. Soli, tell me about this. 5 minutes to save the game.
Yeah, on my TV says, 5 minutes, you're right. I think it can be draw or Bafana will lose, according the way. But on the goalkeeper side, that goalkeeper, I was not happy when I saw that goalkeeper because when you check the chain, it's on form. So that goalkeeper is from Amazul, if I'm not mistaken, and Amazul is not even on the top 8 of the league. So how can you take a goalkeeper who is not on form and put on Bafana Bafana? You see, so on my opinion, I was thinking that the chain will come on since it's playing with it's on a big team and it's on form, Unlike Amazulu, who is not even on the top 8. So I don't know how they select their players. And again, Williams, we must not rely too much on Williams because Williams is getting old. We need someone that will replace him on future. I think now he's 33 years old. I think so. So we need to cook new blood on Bafana Bafana. We can't rely on one person. So I think Chain, it's on form. I think Chain was supposed to be given chance. I don't know, maybe next game, since this goalkeeper made 2 mistakes from goals from long range. Just imagine.
Okay.
I submit, that's my view.
No, thank you, Soli. For time's sake, I'm gonna go to Kumo. Kumo, get to one, Kumo.
No, my bra, we to happily Ghana by jail, learn jail. Nigeria ga winner. Yo, Rotagiditla, my bra happened like
after match, Kumo. What's I think Ghana after match?
Oskanya go prove get Tom and Twits heading in no so. The next thing plus remove on the perete by the quiet again. A sky Tom at the Are sky and ties of violence. My bra. We think I'm courage longer thing, you know. This feeling you loser to a lesser opponent, and the Sundowns fail required. So I'm my god. But to be honest, I'm very, very much disappointed. Regardless of anyone's here, like Veli Mota Urle Mikolo high, but in all honesty, he deserves to start based on him being the longest serving goalkeeper we have Bafana at the moment. If we were gonna talk about form, the only goalkeeper who's really on form in agent that's Klonamala panel. Agent Boabutu Kutos Klonamala panel, Rajiwa. Botalente. America is like celebrating a drolly Uganda. I guess really.
Oh.
Yo, I never will. I will.
Oh.
What one? Koraba Mona Gishogalan Tababonale or Tambo like Kira airport at Ambila Mara Ashifa, get to. Now, man, we must ask serious questions. Yeah, Mara, back to my train of thought. Guess how Bola Mara. Nekiringan.
You.
I'll sell it done.
I'm off because Kivoni go, man.
Oh, yeah.
You see, as I said, that it can be draw. So that the goalkeeper cost that, guys. We must not protect the goalkeeper. Don't need mistakes in these qualifiers. Because this is the weakest league.
Sorry, it's Kubo's time though.
This is the weakest team that we are playing with. We need someone.
They go.
Yeah, I want the only goalkeeper that is truly on form, Koloko Stellenbosch, because of like he's been making saves and he could have won back-to-back man of the matches. So I'm not gonna cut this narrative that Hugo Bros must go. I mean, like, if it wasn't for Ronwen Williams in our previous games, we could have lost dismally. So right now, I'm like when I got to learn now, busy getting hands like our Morokiras Ay man. Okay, next up la molkirne Bruce really tremendous job ka Bafana. Armo fen chance. Technically we are all here ka preseason arna game time inch. Awa batho muziki nne re tla bolela my bra bosoli ba tla bolela ai ka nna muziki
ke a gutla mara khuma
ah
okay
ke feel neglected nna ke re tsa attention wa tlhaloganya wena le nna ke tla ra tantrum la mpha jersey number 10 ke no re fela ka nna reason nngwe hapa ke number 10 but anyway sharp re tla bolela my bracket tla bona go group
ai khuma mara let me go to 14
Yeah, okay. I spoke about the chances. I didn't even watch the second half because I had to go take care of something serious. But look, I spoke. But this is continental football. We need to score as many goals as we can. At least yeah, but at least we were able to get a point. You know, for me, I think right now we need to raise our standards, especially with the way that Hugo Bruce is taking us to a third best team in the continent. You know, qualifying shouldn't be a struggle. We need to, you know, get into that momentum. We qualified, you know. So, obviously, such an identity might take a while for us to develop as a nation. But, yeah, this is it's not a step in the right direction, but it's one of the hiccups to that phase. You know, it's one of the things we have to go through as a footballing nation. But I'll take it. I'll take the draw. I'll take it.
Okay. Before I let Velile in, I just wanted to say, at halftime, and I've said this a couple of times about football. At halftime, the moment you start defending is when you start losing the game. The moment you allow the other team to hit you and hit you and hit you and hit you, something's going to give. I think Uganda's mistake in the second half was that they stopped going forward. They stopped with the pressure that they had early on, and they thought they could see out a game. It's very hard to see out a game when you're playing away. It's very hard to sit back. Something is bound to give. I use the example of Sundowns in the middle of that thing to say that Rulani would do this to PSL teams every time. 0-0, it's 1-1, it's going into the last 10 minutes. You just bombard them as much as you can. Something will give. And this is Uganda's mistake today. They played an okay game. Bafana Bafana was toothless for a lot of it in terms of actual chances and things like that. But Uganda gave them the game there. Mtakababa Velile, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, kunjani Mtakababa?
Hayi man, ngimnandi 2-2, at least ikhona point nyana. Point nyana. Orlando man, nisincedile Orlando. Lento nifake lapha man. Isebenza kubombatha nabomfukile.
Bekusho utito nje kuphela nje akisho kuma inkundla.
Ayibafuna bomkwena nobomotho. Izwana nabantu wabo.
Hayi ngathi labo abasepitola ayibathandi impela kodwa hayi kuzona. No, but mina since you know vele what are my feelings? Hey, phela masikhuluma isilungu lamalanga kunabo agent la phezulu mele sibala amagama ethu ngizwe impela abafaka ingoma endlini. Ngomele. Ngono siqile kule likamagebe. Hayi imizwa yami uyayazi ke ngocoach wethu ukuthi vele ayikazi yashintsha. Ukuthi injani ngoba siyazi ukuthi kuBafana Bafana kudlalwa ngokuthi ucoach ufila kanjani hayi ngeperformance yakho. So but it's one of those games whereby uMotha wenzile amaphutha wakhe. We soldier on. But I'm just disappointed with Nama. I expected to China to start as the current form goalkeeper who has played almost like four competitive games currently. So, and we expected him to start, but we know our coach. But yeah, it's sad. We're supposed to win this game.
Maravelile ngikhumbula ngibuza masikhuluma ngoBruce. I did ask ukuthi lawo ma B players that are there, the guys that have been there, sazelaphi ukuthi ba ready. And then I also ask her, is it the coach's job to develop or is it to choose the form guys? So akhumbula isikhulumile ngale zinto.
sikhuluma kakhulu la kodwa ngithi inkulumo yami uzile eqalisha ukuthi inkinga nje ukuthi kuBafana Bafana awudlali ngeperformance udlala ukuthi ucoach ufila kanjani ngawe if unqanyike uzodlala regardless of whether wenzani inhlanhla uMahupha angamkhethanga kuloko I don't know but uyamazi ukuthi naye ukuthi ngomunye wabadlali bakhe abathembeli so far ngazidlala endlini sidlala ngolesibili and away I'm not sure about getting points away sizobona man sizobona khona but yeah let's just soldier on our coach uveli yeah hayi ngibona ngathi ugcinile kuloko angizambona buyi angiboni phela futhi uRowan makaluleme angimbona buyile angiboni ugcine udlala amazulu agcine udlala ngoDecember musa
Let me bring it. Guys, we're gonna break down the show properly on the Monday show, guys. For those who are here for the first time, Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. That is where we review. That is where we speak about the big things. We spoke a lot about Hugo Bruce and things like that. So join me again on Monday. I'm not going to stay too long here. Agent Tutu, whatever's happening at Pirates, man, it flows through them at Orlando Stadium.
Yes, they're connected. They know where to go before you enter the pitch. Boss Lady and Bill, you guys must be straightforward with us. Eh? You must tell us what you're not there. You're not there. And very no. Eh? The late Minister Mtembu said, people are appointed and disappointed. Eh? Different words. So you can't allow someone to say pivot and pivot and pivot. Hi. Not on the national platform, but okay. I think, oh, by the way, thank you, Talent, for saving us from noise pollution, because it was going to be unbearable. Imagine the anti-Bruce camp led by the capable hands of Sinjin Velili, plus
the anti-Mangoba.
Anti-Mangoba, pro rulani camp. Yo, it was gonna be a long Monday. And already it's been a tough week, so thank you, Talent, man. Thank you, Talent. Please don't do that. I'm speaking, but but thank you to Talent. But we need to. And this is what I said even at AFCON, that sometimes we think that the world revolves around us. But the truth of the matter is the world doesn't revolve around us. I watched the first 5 minutes of these players, especially the back, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know these players except the keeper. I need to go back and who are these players, because you don't watch that much of African football, unless it's CAF or Champions League. And even Champions League, you only watch if it's Sundowns, or maybe the final. But I don't even think the final, if it doesn't have Sundowns, we watch, And I did say after that these players are playing, yes, in first division of European football, but still they're very good sides, the French league, the Sechwad, So let's not, just because you don't know them, doesn't mean that they're not bad players, And you could see that even the coach, I heard him and Bruce are very close friends, if it is true. You could see that it was a well thought plan. They started shooting from the first minute. So sometimes let's just say we maybe underestimated the team, rightly or wrongly. Maybe it was rightly so, but we got taste of our own medicine, and it was nice when we bring Morocco and Nigeria and the likes. Now it's our turn. It's football, guys. So let's accept this draw and take it forward and learn from it, and take it from there. I just want to say thank you, guys. Let's not be that harsh on the team, and let's support them, and let's not be negative. We still have one more game. Let's support them. They need our support more than ever. Thanks.
And maybe they needed a wake-up call. Let me go to Small B. Small B, in it. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm not happy today. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Hugo Bruce, he has an agenda against our players. Orlando Pirates players. Many players are supposed to be. Look at his striker decisions. Ikram Reynolds, they gave him a header. He hit the shoulder. We need real strikers up front. One of our strikers, Mahopa or Mabasa, they were going to score that chance. They were going to score it. Hugo Bruce has an agenda against us. Tito must play. We want to see Tito for South Africa so we can make a decision as a country. You see? And look, when he put our players inside, we changed the game. Mufukeng and Talent Mbat, we changed the game. If there's Sipo China over there, we're gonna win the game. Simple.
Okay, no, Small B,
Something needs to change.
No, Small B, thank you so much. Let me see. Okay, I'll decide. Malume Kuto.
Mr. OT.
Hey, Malume Kuto. Hey. Winning cures all. The moment you don't win, there's a lot of things that come up. Malume Kuto.
There's this guy from KZN. No, and I'm gonna say it because unjalo lo ngathi Down syndrome. Mo hlanye vela siyehlisa umoya. Ehlisa umoya. We need that guy. Guys, ehlisana umoya. Ehlisana umoya. Ningazihluphi. Mina Mr. Uti mengena half time. I had not watched the game. I heard people complaining that people are taking long shots. I understand that this team is yes, that they're taking long shots. If a team is taking long shots, it also means the midfield is allowing them to take long shots. If it's clear they're taking long shots, pressani bafethu. And very much tonight you retire, but they may press to make sure which Uvel is not exposed. And it takes me back to a conversation I had last Sunday rather, with somebody about who's the best keeper in the history of South Africa before a nomination. And I said it's Ronwen. You understand? Reason being, when you lift your head, Mr. OT, thinking of taking a shot, you are not going to take that shot, Ronwen. The angle is covered. We are born. Unlike the other keepers, Kune is same as Velumotwa, but Kune had agility in his favor. You will take a shot from center line because the way they are positioned, it invites a shot, Mr. OT. But Uronwen, when you lift your head up, I'm not saying Uronwen will not concede such goals, but in most occasions, when you lift your head up as a striker, thinking, or as a midfielder, an attacker, thinking of taking a shot, the positioning Uronwen suggests to try something else. And these keepers should learn from that, Mr. Uti. It's not only about when you are called upon, just how you position yourself. It's very important, Mr. Uti. And then I caught the last 10 minutes. Mbona the legendary Timbers one by Mtonsa, Mr. Uti. Geneng into anifagu number 10. Hey! Wangenu mbona mncane, Mr. Uti. Ngati, it's too early, Mr. Uti. But it's too early. Bamfaka kanjani lo mfana? Bamqokisa kanjani number 10 lo mfana, Mr. OT? Ngamona si drop shoulder. Oyiphindwa si drop shoulder. Ngabona ngathi le mfana lo ngathi is moonwalking, Mr. OT. He's moonwalking. But siyakubona boy. Sikufanele intwana ngicamba bazofaka ukuthi bathi ama talent awefani, Mr. OT. And as much as we want to complain, which these players did not start the game, these players were introduced by Hugo Bros at the right time. You understand, Mr. OT. And then ekugcineni lapha wal drop ishoulder umfana. Ngabona no Tebogo Mokwena abeka izandla ekhanda athi ahambile amaGrootman. 2 amaGrootman afile. Hayi, umfuke ngomnandi Mr. OT. Leyalazi ibhola le. Hayi ibhlungu kabi le. Imnandi. But all I'm saying is sometimes I'm a Hugo Bros fan. We know this. But unfortunately, what has happened with the Betway Premiership, Mr. OT, had to be taken into consideration. It's nothing bad to have your own team, but sometimes common sense must dictate. The players are flat. They have not been playing for some time. I mean, Urenas, Mr. OT, free header. Korasibe mnandi. Shy shoulder. Renas is not a bad player. Match fitness, mhlambi. You understand? Now, and as much as I'm not impressed, match fitness, Mr. Uti. The only players you can expect to be switched on are Pirates, Sundowns, and Stellenbosch players. Cape Town City players. Those are the only guys who are switched on. The engine is hot. You understand? That's why Talented Bata comes in. It's his first game, but he manages a goal, Mr. OT. He's been trying, he's been knocking. Even Umfukeng, he was on another level, Mr. OT. It's not. I understand which we have a solid team. I even think Tito should have been thrown in, Mr. OT. Not because Coach Hugo does not know what he's doing, but in reality, at this present moment, Mr. Uti, it's the other teams are not playing.
Okay, man.
Right, right, Omar Fetsa, Lebukile Mufukeng, Simnandi, Mr. Uti.
No, thank you very much. So, no, we'll break it down properly on Monday, guys. We'll break it all down properly on Monday during the Monday show, 7 p.m. Follow if you have not followed. That is where we'll speak about it properly and break it down on all sides. I still think my only gripe with Hugo Bruce, and I don't want to take him down or say anything. He's done what he's needed to do. My big gripe is this. Those are players that have been with you for 10 years, or for 2 years. Those are guys that have been up and down, go AFCON, up and down there and there, up and down there. And I think the sad part is that now when you need to call on them, and this was the question I was asking the guys when we had a conversation about Hugo Bruce, that you have these guys that have been with you for so long, you need to call on them now. And when you call on them, they're not ready. So why have you been carting these people around for all of this time? When push comes to shove, you're not going to look at them. I'll give you an example. Stellenbosch went in ahead of Adams. Adams plays for Stellies. He's been playing, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the form players. He's a player that has been there with the squad for a very long time, in and around the area. But Stellenbosch jumps him. So now Stellenbosch has his debut in this type of game, instead of us being able to call on the guys that have been with Bafana Bafana the whole time to come in. Williams gets injured. We bring in Velimoto. For the warmth and all of that, I get it, but he's been somebody who's been there for a very long time. You look at the middle, Mokwena's off form, let's say. Mokwena's off form, him and Yaya are not clicking properly. Who's ready on the bench to come in and take that spot? When you look at the front, Umakhupa has been with the national team for how long? Right, being picked even though he was on the bench. Now we have to reintegrate Abo Rinas and Abos Banban. Our wingers, Abo Apolis were not starting last time. We had Kimang Mayambela. Right? Now there's so many little things where I feel as though the players are not ready to play for. Guys, I'm not saying that Mbata was bad. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that maybe Mbata should have been in the team for a while longer. But now there've been people that have been going up and down with the national team that now we see that maybe you can't trust them. And again, there's context to everything. Maybe it's just a once-off game because they're not hot and stuff like that. But there came a time where I'm calling on you. You're not ready. I have to go bring other people in, back jumper. When you've been there, you haven't played. I question this of Hugo Bruce, that we can't have a team that has been together for 2 years, but Velimoto's played a handful of games. Goss has played a handful of games, but they've been in and around that team. Maybe change should have come in a long time ago. Yet we persisted with these guys. Now when it comes time, all of us here, guys, all of us here, when the match started, what was your reaction to seeing Velimoto's name? Velimoto has been with the team the whole time. What was your reaction? We were all like, let's bring Tain in. So what have you been doing with Velimoto for all this time? Goss came in against Andorra, made a mistake. Andorra, I think it was a 1-1 or we lost. What have you been doing with these players the whole time if they're not ready? Up and down. Then also the other fault that you have when you do those things is, this realistically is Mbata's first game in a 2-1 down AFCON qualifier versus Uganda with the last 20 minutes. There's more that can go wrong. There's more that can go wrong in that situation than they can go right. Those guys that have been with Bafana Bafana and have gone and seen the pressures of AFCON, seen the pressures of whatever, those are the guys I should be calling on and saying, guys, it's not by chance that you're here. I need to be able to call on you guys to come in now. But anyway, Bokang, welcome to the show. How are you?
Nah, I'm good. And you?
I'm okay. Tell me about this game. How did you feel about the game?
First and foremost, I just want to say that everything that you just said right now Kiadumelana Luena 100%. There are players who have been there go squatting for many years, but they didn't show up in this game. That's why the coach had to take Abombata on the field and play them. There are players who are there for years who didn't say, yo, being la for years, and this is how we do it as squad team. Perform like this when you are 1 goal down, when you are 2-1. Like, it didn't show up. Mokwena, it's like, they're off. Mudiba, something, I don't know what was happening. Guys, you've been there, you played AFCON. You know the players, but you guys were kicking up nicely for AFCON. We come here today, you guys don't show us. You've been playing in the squad for years now. Which is truly not on. It's not on. It's not on at all. It's not. But if I go back to the game,
yeah,
as you said, Umota, Nama was kind of shocked. And then manje Chaine, what's up? Cause angazi ukuthi Hugo Pros doesn't need watch M108 kwenzakalani because Usipho Chaine has been on form. First and foremost, he made incredible saves against Cape Town City, both leagues. So Utingbone, the name Mota, our goalkeeper today on the first 11, I was like, Kaibu, kahle Umota ina because he hasn't played even a preseason game, if you think about it. And then he starts ahead of Sipho Chaine in the qualifiers for Morocco, Cup of Nations. That didn't make sense to me, and I don't know how it clicked to Hugo Pros Guti Umos must start ahead of Sipho Chaine. Angazi Guti we na maybe Winkazwang Guti. How? Like how? How? This is a top game. Like game is gonna take the nation somewhere, and you put someone who hasn't played not even 1 second of the game this season as Vimbeli. And that's what we saw. We saw no match fitness, no reflexes as a goalkeeper as a top because he hasn't played nothing. And then what we do, we put on Umfuking. Yes, talent boy, Imnand Lintwana. But I personally kind of hate the pressure as in Fagela when it comes to the squad sleeve. But then he showed up, he showed who's okay, I will penetrate these people, I would link up 1-2 yeah, so all in all the game we were poor. We were very poor for me on my side. We were very poor. Very poor.
Mokang, thank you so much. On that point, we also had a conversation on the channel. It's on YouTube. We had a conversation about, is the role of a national team coach to develop, or is it about form? So when we see again Abo Velimoto, and I'm going to use him. Obviously, I don't want to make it seem so crazy. He made his 2 mistakes, great, but when you look at Abo Velimoto, fine. You can tell that maybe there was a development lean towards bringing in Abo Velimoto, bringing in Abo Nikombobi, keeping them in, building the squad, doing all of that stuff, great. But then is that the job of a national team coach to say, I'm going to bring you in, I'm going to teach you the international football and you're going to play my system and all of that stuff? Or is it just to go, you know what, guys, Sage Stevens at Stellenbosch is having a great time. Taine is having an incredible time right now. Your number 1, unfortunately, is out. Right? Have you been reaching out to those guys? Have you been looking at those guys? I see the Pirates players. There's an Adams that's sitting on the bench. Reyners was active just a couple of weeks ago, I guess, right? Why didn't he get a start in front of other people? Now, these are the type of questions you have to ask in the national team. That what is the how are you going to do this? Are you going to now going forward say, you know what, Abang Fukeng have been on fire at club level. Let's bring them in and have them play over and above the players that we have here. We spoke, halftime, we were speaking about Mbata coming in. We were saying that somebody needs to be sacrificed. Let's take out Ustole and bring in Uyaya. But to be fair, I think Uganda lost this game. And I think they lost it because they started defending. They had Bafana Bafana. They were pressing very high. They were winning the ball up high. They understood that the midfield there to can't play the ball. So they pushed them. They pressed them. Abo Ngezana and Mudawu had 2 yellow cards. They pressed them, right? The moment they started sitting back, that's when you started to see us then start gain confidence. And there's context to all of these things as well. It's not a straightforward conversation. Jacaranda, can you close it for me? Welcome. How are you doing, my brother?
Mr. Oti, how are you?
I'm good, my brother.
Yeah. My thoughts on the game. I think we were not bad. I don't think we were that bad. I think Mokwena and Yaya, especially in the first half, Yaya was alone. You know, he was the one who was trying more than Mokwena. I think maybe because of Mokwena, you know, he hasn't been in form. You know, obviously with the games that he played in Sundowns, I don't think he was his best. He came back in the second half. You could see that Mokwena that we wanted, you know, those straight passes in the middle, those long passes in the middle, those shots. You could see that Mokwena is coming back. But I think it was already too late. And we need to but one Rele Mufukeni, I don't think the boy is talented, Mr. Oti. I've said this before that the boy is talented. We need to give the boy the chance. We don't have to wait after 60 minutes to give the boy a chance. Mina, in the first 10 minutes of the second half, Umukwana was pap. Why not take out Umukwana and put in Urele? Umukwana was pap. He was not at his best in the first half. You should have subbed him, put in Umufukeni, you know, and don't take out Uzwani. If you're going to take out Uzwani, put in a number 10 that who's going to play with Urele. Because Urele is a boy who likes to change the ball from side to side, play. He's not the guy who plays like a police, you know, from the far post to cut in inside. No, he's a boy who plays those 1-2 touches inside. We can get something. We can get a penalty. We can get a foul. He gave us a foul there, which we could have scored the goal, you know. So I think Hugo Bruce, what he needs to do, take the best of the best from each team, you know. I hear you are saying he needs to stay, you know, with the players that we've been there with. For me, I don't believe that. I believe we need to take the best of the best. Oh yeah, I think he needs to take the best of the best. You know, I think we have our really from a pirate. We have Abu China. China is better than Uvedi. He has shown that, you know, in the Nedbank final where he saved, I think it was Nedbank or MTN, where he saved the two penalties or 3. So for me, take the best of the best. Veli has been there. We understand that. He understands. But take the best of the best. And from those best of the best, now you can select which one is the better one. Because if we don't have the best of the best, we always gonna change and chop because we want to find someone who's better than the other one. So I think that's one thing that he should look at, because of when it comes to Amasap work, most of the time we don't have players that can come in and you know, give us that fire. I think Urele proved today that he can do that. And Nombata proved that he can do that. I don't know if maybe they need more time to see them if they can do it for 90 minutes, but I think that's what Hugo Bruce needs to focus more on, especially in Amasap Wake, that he needs to do to have better decision when it comes to having Amasap, you know. But we did not play that bad. We played, it was a fair game, you know. I think we gave Uganda a lot of space in the middle. Also at the back, because of Umudiwa was also not good in that left side, but overall it was not a bad performance.
No, Chakaranda, thank you so much, guys. Let me just clarify 2 things. Number one, I'm not saying that what Hugo Bruce is doing is right or wrong. I'm saying that it took us 2 years to get to a point where we see that maybe Velimoto is not the guy. And even now, it could be unfair because he's not warm, he's not whatever, he hasn't been getting game time this whole time. So then my question then becomes, after 2 years of having these guys and they're never ready. We never see them. By the time we do see them, we start seeing that maybe that team is not solid, right? What's the point of taking Adams and those guys for 2 years and putting them in the squad and taking them to AFCON and doing all that stuff, not playing them and giving them games? There was a point where I was speaking about friendlies with Andorra, when I was speaking about it, that maybe your B team should be playing those games. Now, when push comes to shove, you don't trust them enough to come in. So then the question becomes, what has happened over the 2 years, right? Even if you are a person that goes with form, then you can speak about form and say those guys. But to close off, guys, it's 2-2. Luckily, we were able to rescue a point. Currently, Congo is number 1 with 3 points. We would then be number 2, depending on how the we're going to be number 2 with the 1 point. So we have to qualify top 2. So we're not yet in emergency panic mode. I think maybe we needed a little bit of this in order to ask the questions that we're going to ask in terms of which players do you play, which players are on form currently, which players are match fit, which players are not. How do you balance the team? How do you get the guys in? I think a lot of the guys are going to have time now in order for them to get onto the train properly. Very, very, very thankful to Abo Talentembata for coming in, Abo Mfukeng for coming in and changing the game. Thankful to Lyle Foster for scoring that first goal. But there are still things that need to be fixed within that team. I think as much as we're saying that Bafana Bafana played badly, let's also give Uganda their flowers. There was a plan. They had been shooting for a while. They had been going for it. Maybe they knew something about Moto, number 1. Number 2, in the first half, they denied us space. They denied us the ability to go forward. In the second half, they even pushed up and put us under pressure to win the ball up high, right? We didn't change in our structure the whole game long. We didn't really adapt to what they were doing. So well done to Uganda as well. Let's give them their props that they came out with a plan. They didn't have the possession, but they were very direct, you know. Velimoto made his mistakes. It's not the end of the world. It's one game where he made mistakes. Luckily, they were able to come back and get us the point. I think now we have to look long and hard at some of the choices that Hugo Bruce makes, and maybe he also has to look long and hard at some of the choices that he's made. That do you need a lot of personality and feel good guys in the team, or do you actually now need to go, okay, we need to have plan Bs. You know, when Williams is out, we need to have a plan B. When Mokwena and Yaya are not clicking, we need to have a plan B. When Mokwena is not quite in the game, we need to have people that can step in. And maybe now we need to start looking at the guys on the bench and saying, hey, Yazin, if you're going to continue the Hugo Bruce way, can we make sure that those guys get game time, 1, but then also are the right guys for what you need to do? Because we can't be going back to the drawing board now again. Right? Maybe, I don't know if he's going to, maybe he'll trust to Umoto, but now he has to go back to the drawing board, and I don't know if that's going to be a sustainable thing. Guys, it's been amazing. Please follow if you have not followed the normal show. I'm here Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. Where we discuss these things more in depth and other issues within our football. We discuss them in depth. So if it's your first time here, click the follow button. And then thank you to everybody that commented. Thank you to those that jumped in on the panel. It was a great conversation. Luckily, the country was able to get that point back. And then all of these videos are available in full. So if you want to hear what we spoke about Hugo Bruce from last year, a year and a half ago, they're all available on YouTube, the Overthinking Football Show. I also have content that I put up there myself. So please, guys, support us content creators that are here. The watch-alongs are for Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Bafana Bafana, Banyana Banyana, and other special interest games like Banyana Bastayele in the Champions League, for example. So that's what we do for watch-alongs. I'll be here live when those teams are playing. It's been amazing, guys. I'll see you on Monday. We'll have a proper discussion about what we saw here. Please join me then. Bye, everyone. Actually, before I go, Malume Kuzo, Tulikid, Mr. Exofo, Tsurufelo, thank you so much for the gifts on that side.